Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gear. Slippery synthetic molecules and center-look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
モータースポーツで得た高度な技術、すべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらない。ビヨンド・ザ・レボリューション。ザ・コンセプト・イズ・レーシング。
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack.
They're absolutely shredded now.
That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
A lot of performance
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
So big one once again for you guys this year. We are giving you the chance to win a brand new one-of-a-kind Mustang RTR inspired by my AutoZone Mustang in Formula Drift. Featuring a custom graphics package, RTR wheels and the same Pennzoil NGK and Optima products that I run in Formula Drift. Now until October 21st, make a qualifying Pennzoil NGK or Optima purchase in-store or online at AutoZone. AutoZone reward members are automatically entered for a chance to win with a qualifying purchase. Best of luck and can't wait to see you in a Mustang RTR.
The time has come. Let's go!
The age of human driving must come to an end.
Not this time.
This is about more than just racing.
Insane, right?
Round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. This is Irwindale Speedway, aka the House of Drift. This is it, the final round. As we take a look at our interesting season, who is going to be our champion? Only one shall be supreme. Big angle there. Look at Castro just has these moments of greatness, and there is one right now. A championship contender is knocked out early. Brandon Sorensen cuts through that smoke, no problem. Boom, oh boy. Are you ready to meet your top 16 drivers here at the House of Drift?
This thing is tuned up. Holy.
Big angle. Whoa, did you see that? He drops down pretty low there. Now past that inside clip. Oh, right turn goes into the wall. Wow. Your winner unanimously is Nick Novak gets the win. A perfect event. All right, TJ Hunt is in the building, as well as so many other fans. It is sold out. It is sold out, that's right. And we're about to see our top 16 driver introduction. I'm super excited. My name's Jared Deane, and absolutely super stoked to have y'all watching either online or in the building. What an amazing event we've had so far, but we will find out who the winner is here at round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. This is the Type S title fight. Ding, ding. Here we go with our United States Air Force opening ceremonies. The young men and women in front of you have made a commitment to serve in our United States Air Force. To honor their commitment, will you please stand while Major Jake Primo Impellizzeri, United States Air Force Thunderbird number 4 slot pilot, administers the oath of enlistment.
Good evening, Irwindale Speedway. My name is Major Jake Impellizzeri, Thunderbird 4, the slot pilot for the United States Air Force Thunderbirds. Today, I have the distinct honor and privilege to enlist these fine young men and women standing behind me. Before I do that, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank you. Thank you to the community for your continued support and dedication to all the servicemen and women who are currently serving or who have served. More importantly, to the families standing in front of me, thank you. It is not lost on us the blood, sweat, tears, and love that you have poured into these men and women behind me to mold them and who they are today. We thank you, and rest assured, we've got it from here. Now, to my enlistees, thank you. Thank you for stepping up to serve in the greatest Air Force the world has ever known. You are now among the few who are a beacon of excellence in the name of service to something greater than yourself. This something that we see less and less of every day, which is sad. I want you to take a moment to pour yourself into this brand every moment of every day. Pour yourself into that flag that you will wear proudly on your shoulder from here on out. Now take a moment to look to your left, look to your right. The brothers and sisters standing next to you are your new family. They will stand with you by your side and support you through your lowest of lows and celebrate your highest of highs. I'm honored to be here. I couldn't be more proud of you. And with that, let's get this thing done. Stand at attention, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, again, to the young men and women, and thank you to Primo. I mean, he's a United States Air Force Thunderbird slot pilot, and put some respect on him, am I right? All right, well, please remain standing, and now remove your hats, because the honor guard is Edwards Air Force Base Honor Guard, and singing the national anthem is a great friend of the Formula Drift Familia, Emily Yule.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Miss Emily Yule. Making Chris proud, making her son proud. Congratulations. Thank you so much to our Honor Guard, Edwards Air Force Base. Thank you to Primo and, of course, the young men and women committing themselves to the United States Air Force. Are you ready to meet your top 16 drivers? Make some noise! Stomp your feet. And let's introduce you to our top 16 drivers here at round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. We start with the first car parked. He's dressed for success. This gentleman, the Italian driver, driving the Ferrari Fiorella. Put some respect on it. It is Federico Sharifo.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Moving on down the line. This gentleman coming to us from the Pacific Northwest. He pilots that royal purple GT Radial BMW. He is all business right now. Make some noise for Dylan the Dozer Hughes. This gentleman has been competing here since day one, 2004, and even before that, coming to us originally from the East Coast, Doylestown, PA, 3-time Formula Drift champion. He's ripping the NOS Energy Drink, Nissan Nismo parts, GT Radials, all new Nissan Z. It is Chris the Force Forsberg. This next gentleman, he pilots that Mr. Cool Cadillac XLR, the pride of Paducah. Put some dirt on it. Lightspeed Racing. Make some noise for Cash Racing, Jonathan Hurst. Another young man rising to the occasion. Comes in sitting 10th overall in the championship, his best finish yet in the United States Air Force. BMW from Las Vegas, High Soren Brandon Sorensen. The youngest driver ever to podium in Formula Drift history. He is officially your Formula Drift Rookie of the Year. Again, 14 years old when he podiumed back-to-back. Now 15 years old, coming to us from Japan in Juku Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, GT Radial 86, and it is Hiro Manoa. Another day one driver since 2004. We celebrate 21 years of Formula Drift. This young man is a grown man now. He is the future, and now he is in the present. The Gretty Maddie's Kenda Tire Toyota GR86. It is Kenshiro Gucci. Some more Toyota for your diet. This GR86, the LTH Kenda tires, coming to us from the Dominican Republic. Dominican's finest, it is Jonathan Castro. If you're a gambling man, the 777 coming up. The Borla exhaust. Heatwave Visuals, Lean Customs, GT Radio Corvette, the Beast from the Bay, Matt Field.
Thank you, guys.
Next pilot, currently second overall in the standings, just a bit outside. He's going to do it again and looking forward already to that 2025 season. Piling the field suspension, GT radial Ineos oil S15 with his kids by his side. Make some noise for Odi Bakshis.
Like that?
This gentleman's been around since day one as well in that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Put some more cylinders under the hood, some more vim and vigor in his veins as he gets the win in Seattle. Make some noise. He's on Nitto Tires. It is Ryan Turk. Another Rockstar energy drink pilot by his side, another Toyota vehicle, another Nitto Tires shrouded vehicle. Both these Rockstar energy pilots going for the win here at the House of Drift. Another three-time Formula Drift champion in the Rockstar energy drink Toyota GR Supra on Nitto Tires. Let him hear you, Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo. A newcomer to Formula Drift, but a champion in his own country. He's coming here, clutch kicking, taking some names. He's got his Red Bull Garagistic Vitor tire BMW, going for that Rookie of the Year, and can't wait again for another season in 2025. Make some noise for Connor Shannon.
Good look at
Arguably one of the most popular drivers in the grid. Obviously makes videos, owns awesome cars, and he's got a smile and smirk on his face. Colette by his side. He is driving that Drift HQ LZ Manufacturing BMW, the one and only Adam LZ. This gentleman lives just down the freeway. He's got the cowboy hat because he's ready to ride, baby. That Evo Auto Works Kumo tire, big drift energy, Nissan 370Z. What kind of dance we got for us here? Make some noise for Jeff Jones.
Domingo! You did the wrong side. I did? Good. You did your left hand.
Put a smile on faces, put smoke in their face. And last, but definitely not least, this gentleman has fought tooth and nail. He's dreamt of coming over to Formula Drift and competing here. And he has now made history in the Formula Drift history books after 21 seasons of Formula Drift competition. Earlier today, pulling to the line solidified. He is your 2024 Formula Drift champion and first ever four-time Formula Drift champion. Make some noise for the AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD NGK Pennzoil. A list of goes on and on. Nitto Tires on the corners. The one and only James the Machine Deane, your 2024 Formula Drift champion and four-time champion.
Awesome.
Stomp your feet, Irwindale, for all of our drivers. Make some noise, rattle the teeth of all the fans across the globe watching either in the building or online. We are getting ready to send it. Super excited you're here again, either online or in the building. 21 years culminates tonight. And no more breaks, no more stopping. We'll find out who wins the carbon fiber trophy on the podium and eventually who will get second and third in the overall championship. But it is rock solid. James Deane is officially your 2024 Formula Drift champion. On three, let's yell send it as loud as possible so our drivers can get behind the wheel of their trusty steeds. On three, yell send it as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it going, guys. Get behind your wheel. We have, again, this is our United States Air Force opening ceremony. He's got a special guest here. Staff Sergeant Michael DeJournet. Desjournay. Put some respect on it. Staff Sergeant Michael Desjournay. I like it. And he's a dedicated crew chief of the Thunderbird number 4 jet. I'm going to have some words with him in just a moment as they will fire up the cars and make their way to the grid. All right, again, as we get ready to have some words with Michael, here's your Aim High trivia, powered by the United States Air Force. All right, question. What is the specialization of a SEER specialist? A, surveillance, B, survival, C, cybersecurity, or D, spying? Again, what is the specialization of a SEER specialist? Go into basically the body of text there below the live stream and answer. As Michael jumps up here, Michael Desjournay, Staff Sergeant, again, dedicated crew chief of the Thunderbird number 4 jets. And so you say crew chief. Have you ever flown any of the Thunderbirds planes at all?
I have not, no.
Oh, man, I thought at some night, you'd sneak out, maybe steal your parents' car.
I've thought about it a little bit. I'm not going to lie, No, so I'm a crew chief, which means I'm, to put it in Formula Drift terms, I'm like the car chief, right? So I'm in charge of my aircraft, the number 4 aircraft, the one that Major Impellizzeri flies, and I'm in charge of putting it in the air every single day.
That's a lot of stress. And, explain, how does a Thunderbird plane compare to because what plane is it, and how does it compare to anything else that's flying?
Sure. So it's a F-16 Fighting Falcon. We have them all across the Air Force. Okay. The only major difference is that these are not combat aircraft, right? So they've been taken from a combat unit, placed in Nellis Air Force Base at Las Vegas, Nevada, and they were converted to the Thunderbirds. So they have the Thunderbird paint scheme, ripped the gun out, put a smoke system in it, and that's why you can see us flying over, kicking smoke everywhere. Yeah. But they can be turned within 72 hours if we need to make them active. Yeah.
Awesome. And how long have you been in the Air Force?
I've been a little over 5.5 years now. So
wow, that's pretty soon.
Yeah, May 2019 was when
you started when you were 12, because you look about 17 and a half.
I joined when I was turning 19, or I just turned 19 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some words yesterday at the Accelerating the Driven Experience and talking about your affinity for Snap-on tools. So I appreciate that, and that's awesome. I work with Snap-on, but how did you get placed in this, and how long have you worked with Thunderbirds? Because it's kind of a dream situation.
Yeah. So speaking of dreams, I remember my dad taking me to air shows as a younger child. I grew up next to Scott Air Force Base, so we would go all the time, and my dad would point and be like, "Those guys, like, they're sharp, like this and that."
Really?
I was like 12, so I was like, psh. And then I joined the military, and one of my flight chiefs at Aviano Air Base, where I was previously stationed, was like, "This job's opening up, and I really think you should apply for it." So it's an application process, and you're hand selected for the team. Yeah, you do some phone calls, you do some interviews and things like that. They look over your performance packages, and they decide whether or not you're a good fit for the team. And I was fortunate enough to be picked a year and a half ago now.
Cool.
So I've been doing this a year and a half. I got a year and a half to go, and it's been a blessing every single day.
So you only have so long that you're spending with them?
Right. Yep. So it's a 3-year commitment for enlisted. Officers will do 2 years, with a few exceptions of the Thunderbird 8. But yeah, it's a 3-year commitment. You can extend for a 4th. It's very taxing, but I could see myself doing a 4th year.
That's awesome.
Like, it's just amazing.
Again, you have this unique job within the United States Air Force. You're kind of out there talking about the Thunderbirds, talking about your role. If somebody wants to kind of do something that you're doing in the United States Air Force, or just get involved with the United States Air Force, what would they do?
My recommendation is go to airforce.com, talk to your local recruiter. If you see me walking around, just ask a question like, "Hey, how did you get into this?" And I can give you the whole spiel. But, yep, airforce.com, go to the recruiter.
Awesome. It's Desjournay, okay? So if you see him, it's Desjournay. Michael, thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Jerry.
Thank you to the United States Air Force and their support of the Formula Jet Pro Championship. There we go. High flying, top 16. That culminates our United States Air Force. Guess what? We're about to send it here at the House of Drift. And again, the championship's still up for grabs. Will James Deane solidify the first ever 4-time championship here in Utah as they're going to Irwindale? It's a must win for OD Bakshi's. This is Type S Elevated here in Utah. Amazing proximity by James Deane. Brandon Sorensen, I mean, he's just a magnet to that big drift energy. Eagle Nissan 370Z. Oh, Jeff Jones gets the win. Shanahan dials in. Odie Bakshis, the field suspension. And there he is. He's grinding the door. Let's see the transition. How's he going to do? Shanahan goes in. Odie Bakshis right there. Odie must win. It's a one more time for Wild. One more time. They're going at it again, and it's unanimous. Forsberg jumps to the side of him. Look at the power on deck. He mimics the angle. Heroes putting the car in the right place. Shanahan goes that second outside zone. Odie Bakshis once again right there. Look at that left foot brake. Odie risking it for the biscuit. Banging doors. Oh, Doctor going to that last outside zone. Oh, this is a must win for Odie Bakshis. And Odie Bakshis gets the win. Oh, whoa, look at this. So Dylan Hughes, James Deane gets to the door. He spins out and some contact was made. Inside zone, Odie Bakshis kind of taking a shallower line and now dives in on that third. And Odie Bakshis, you can see, munching back and forth. Let's see how they handle this last outside zone. Drops into formation. Osbo in, Forsberg right there. Again, it's championship or push. James Deane goes that first outside zone. Transition outside zone 2. Odie Bakshis, now he makes his presence felt. Oh, look at him, angle for angle. James Deane dips the tire. 1, 2. But beach him in that first outside zone. Look at him, using all of the force. He is possessed. Oh, beach him, what do we got? Okay, in that second outside zone. Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer, Osbo, the Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Super. Oh, knocks the bumper off of Odie Bakshis' S chassis. Freddie, he's got that special sauce. Let's see if he can pour it on unanimously. Odie Bakshis gets the
win! In drifting, everything's a mental game. If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Kirk is back at it. He wants it.
Extreme performance racing, battle tested in Formula Drift for the last 4 years. XPR contains center-look additive technology, ultimate Z DDP wear protection, and superior high-temp performance. Pour purple, royal purple, the synthetic expert.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
It's a fine line that you have to walk. You have to be able to adapt on the fly and be able to drive on your instinct.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. This is Irwindale Speedway, aka the House of Drift. This is it, the final round. As we take a look at our interesting season, who is going to be our champion? Only one shall be supreme. Big angle there. Look at Castro just has these moments of greatness, and there is one right now. A championship contender is knocked out early. Brandon Sorensen cuts through that smoke, no problem. Boom, oh boy. Are you ready to meet your top 16 drivers here at the House of Drift?
This thing is tuned up. Holy.
Big angle. Woo, did you see that? He drops down pretty low there. Now past that inside clip. Oh, right turn goes into the wall. Wow. Your winner unanimously is Nick Novak gets the win. A perfect event. The lights are on. The smoke is about to be created. This is the Type S title fight. The lights in the sky, the lights under the cars, and the excitement, the electricity of all things. Formula Drift culminates here at the House of Drift Irwindale Speedway. This is the final round of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, and a champion has been crowned. But again, we talk about it, let's be about it. You still want to win here in Irwindale. It's Monaco, it's Talladega. I say it, I'll say it again. This is an iconic track. I mean, it's in video games. It's got to, you can just feel it, man. It's a sold out crowd. It might look lean because people are still cruising the pits right now. Elevator broke yesterday, that was fun. But just overall, what an amazing event. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jared Deane. We are literally about to send it. The blue beanie, the teal toque, the barbecue blazer, the diesel destroyer, the Canadian confidant,
Ooh,
Jacob Gettins.
I like the Canadian confidant. If we can lean into that one for next season, I'm here for it.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll just keep it going. Jacob, we had a great 32. Again, notably, James Deane wins the championship. He pulled the line. That was it. We let him celebrate. Give him his flowers, as the kids say. Congratulations to him. And you could just see it on his face.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you were talking at lunch. You said, man, what do you think? You've announced this whole year. Like, maybe next week I'll kind of decompress and cry in the shower. I think James Deane, you could just feel it. You could just see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of alleviated stress that you could see, and it was I can't imagine what's going through his head to have all this build up and just be like, all I have to do is make it to the line. That's all he had to do.
All he had to do.
But that's it. And there it is. We now have a 4-time Formula Drift champion, and they're crowned here today.
Yeah, and look at Ben Hobbs cheering him on. Von Gittin Jr., he's right there lifting him up. First ever 4-time champion. He did it in 17. He did it in 18 and 19. 3 years in a row in a different vehicle, S15. 23, not the best year. If you think about it, a year ago, he literally took that car into the wall, did a 50-50, broke his collarbone. He still podiums because he is the machine, literally. And then he comes back this year and just in dominant fashion. And guess what? He could still make it the perfect event where he wins the championship, he wins the event. There's so much room for opportunities, so much room for activities, right? So, James Deane, congratulations to you. He's very humble. He just has a good attitude, and there it is. As far as overall Formula Drift Championships titles, there he sits atop, behind him, Freddie and Chris Forsberg, Von Gittin Jr., Tanner Faust, and Sam. They all have 2 notable names, not just in drifting, but in motorsports culture, and where drifting was a fad in 2004, where, we're barely doing this. Now, we are wildly recognized by automotive manufacturers, tire companies, drivers, definitely getting the respect of many. When you talk to Jim Farley at Ford, he's like, yeah, we're going back to the mall. We're going drifting. We're going Dakar. Doesn't skip a beat. It's not a side dish, baby. It's a main entree. We're not talking appetizer. We're talking prime rib. So I'll get off my high horse. Because right now, top 16, this is the bracket. This is how it's shaped up. Which one are you excited about?
I mean, honestly, all of them, we talked about it before. Chris Forsberg versus Ryan Turk is an old school Drift Alliance. If you've never heard the term Drift Alliance, go back, check it out. There's so much incredible content. James Deane, Matt Field is going to be epic. Both drivers crushing right now. It is going to be insane. Frederick Osbo, Brandon Sorensen driving like Frederick Osbo of a couple years ago. Freddie getting a little bit more wild, getting out of, breaking out of his shell a little bit. That one's going to be nuts. Dylan Hughes, Hiro Manoa. I think that's another one that might be a little bit slept on there. Dylan is on rails.
Yep.
And Manoa, I mean, he needs to prove himself more and more and more. I mean, even Jonathan Hurst, Adam LZ. Hurst does not care about this car. He is just, this is basically a demo derby that he's running at this point in time, and Adam LZ has been putting in practice lap after practice lap all over the world and in a chassis that's basically identical. So there's really no bad battle here.
No.
And it is
Look at this. Just cut you off, but here's James, just checking the grams, chilling, vibing. He's chilling, man, overall. And what's really cool here is there's the young guns.
Yeah.
I think the young guns are coming up, and it's still, James Deane, 21 championships in multiple different, arenas, but the young guns are coming. Hiro Manoa, obviously, rookie of the year, 14 years old, youngest ever to podium. When I was doing 14, I was skateboarding, right? Riding a bike. This dude's driving a 1,000 horsepower rocket ship. Brandon Sorensen, another gentleman, currently sitting 10th overall, his best finish yet. He is going off against that gentleman right there, Frederick Osbo. And Cerise Taylor is with high-flying, high-soaring Brandon Sorensen.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. That was a great layup. I am here with Brandon Sorensen. As you heard on the broadcast here, we're talking about James Deane. You were just watching Osbo's run. You're going up against him in the top 16, and you also, this isn't your first time going up against him. So my question for you is just like, what does it take to become a champion? What are you learning as you grow in this career?
Well, I mean, obviously I'm not the right person to ask to what becomes a champion. I'm still trying to figure that out. But we're making great strides in the right direction, and I mean, going up against Frederick Osbo, who I feel like is always hitting his marks and doing exactly what he's supposed to do. We just have to find our marks that are one step above his and make sure we hit those every time. So not too safe, and don't send it too hard, and just make it as far as we can.
Yep. And this might not be your round to win the championship, but your time is coming. That's what we hope for you just right now, putting out good omens into the universe. So go out there, give it the best run that you can, and we're looking forward to seeing you.
Beautiful. Thank you, and looking forward to performing for all you guys.
Awesome. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Teresa, and good luck to you, Brandon Sorensen. And this is how it shook out this year as far as winners of each round. James Deane, 3 podiums this year, wins. Long Beach, E-Town, St. Louis. Frederick Osbo, who we just talked about, 3-time champion, wins in Atlanta. That's an iconic track you want to win at. And Shanahan on his rookie year in Formula Drift. Again, no stranger to obviously drifting championships. But what a season we've had. It started out wet, ends with dry and absolutely ideal. But again, that Irish background and Irish lineage of James Deane really, I think, helped him. Again, ending the season last year with a broken car, writing the thing off, broken collarbone, but he comes out on top in Long Beach. Then we move on to Atlanta.
Yeah, and in Atlanta, I mean, Frederick Osbo was absolutely crushing things. It was so incredible to see him really come back to form. Somebody who was such a dominant champion for years that had to kind of fall back and relearn how to win again. And then Connor Shanahan coming over, a driver we didn't think would do well on the bank, similar to what happened when James Deane came over. We didn't think the Irishmans could do well on the bank. Both of them show us it doesn't matter what you put them through, they're going to dominate. And that's what we saw with Connor Shanahan in Orlando. That then moves us on to Raceway Park. Drifting Coliseum, baby.
The first ever purpose-built Drift Coliseum at E-Town. Used to be a drag race track. And this is where, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Chris Forsberg, Ryan Turk, Tony Angelo, they all cut their teeth at this track. Now it's the first ever purpose-built. And that's where James Deane, and this is where James Deane really put the nail in the coffin. Hero, yes, he did podium. Again, that's where he made history. But this is where James really just started separating from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, this was the moment we knew this could be a season like we've never seen before. And then Ryan Turk, I mean, just now getting his form back, getting his groove back.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it. The confidence is there. He's got the family. He's got everything established now. He can focus on the career again. Everything is there. I expect to see a Ryan Turk next year like we've never seen before.
I sure hope so. And that power plan, the car is just it's maxed out. They are pushing that car to the envelope. And then we talk about Odi Bakshis. He's currently sitting second. I'm sure he'd love to end that. Nobody can obviously outgun James Deane here this season, but Odi comes back, and I think his commitment and his move, and Simon and what they're doing, he's going to focus on his program. He had Bogovic there in Pro Spec, picks up Simon Olsen. Simon knows he's got it, so I think that is a move. Focus on his business, focus on his program, and I think he's again. There's a lot of bridesmaids that need to be brides. Turk, Field, Odi, those are names that I think are going to win a championship at some point. But when? And we're taking a look at the overall Drivers' Championship standings. James Deane, I talk about Odie. Freddie sitting there in third. Hero could shake things up, right? I mean, only 30 points behind Freddie. If those guys get X'd out quick, that could shake it up.
Yeah, there's a big statement made when you make it into the top 10, and that's really what a lot of this night is going to be about, is how the top 10 ends up placing by the end of the season. And you can see guys like Chris Forsberg, I mean, just a day oneer, as you said, now pushing back into 12th. Just we see drivers pushing their way up. Trent Beecham just on the heels of a Chris Forsberg. Ken Gucci down in 15th. Jonathan Hurst bumping up to 16th. So we're seeing this. The young guns are here. The young kids are here. They're driving reckless. They're driving with no mechanical sympathy. You have no idea what's going to happen.
All right, I don't know. I think that's kind of respect your elders. But then they're like, nah, I'll put you over my knee. You know, like
Let's go.
Right. All right, place your bets. Literally, I kind of have an. I mean, it's so hard. I mean, I think Freddie has something to prove. You know, Turk would love to get them. Forsberg is due.
Yeah.
Forsberg had an amazing drive. You know, everybody makes fun of me. Chris Forsberg gets the win because he's been driving forever. You know, he's been around since the beginning of time, in Formula Drift time, that is.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not saying, you know, I'm older than him. Obviously, my back hurts just saying that. But walk us through the track here, the natural decel areas and the outer zones.
Yeah, you come down the back straight of this iconic track. You get a small decel before you initiate into this massive first outside zone. Then you're coming off the bank. You are still supposed to be on throttle as you swing the car around in front of the judges, in front of the stands, through the first inside clip. Then you can decel before you come into the tighter radius second outside zone. Bumper on the wall the entire time. Then you got a small inside clip that then pushes you out to the wall once again before you exit off course.
And you know what's so crazy about it is we, looking back at 04, 05, 06 footage coming here, because this is where we've always ended our season, all the way back to 04. They make it look easy, man. They make it look so easy, and it is menacing. That big bank, riding that wall, looking at the fans, transitioning, going into that inner bank, and basically that's tighter. You can see how it's a smaller radius in the overhead. Arcana and Judge's notes. What were some standout moments for you?
Yeah, full throttle off the starting line. They want this to be an all-out drag race to that first initiation. You are allowed to use your left foot brake as you go through the massive outside zones, but you need to be at angle when you're passing inside clip one. Like I said, it's where the judges, where the fans are. They want you 90 degrees. They want you staring at the fans as you fly by doing 60 miles an hour, and you got to maintain pace around the bank. So you can use that left foot brake, but don't slow the car down. Just use it to hold you up on the wall.
We always talk about just impeding, right? If it looks like the car is going to impede with that chase car, don't do it, right? Just don't shake it up. So don't do it. They'll never know. They'll never know. There's Connor Shanahan, you know, and I'm interested to see what I think this is Shanahan's first time driving at Irwindale. What does Connor Shanahan think of Irwindale? And is this the first time, Cerise?
That's a great question. I don't know if you heard that from Jared, but we're wondering what your thoughts are on Irwindale, how the track is set up, everything with the grip, just general thoughts. Share them with the people.
Yeah, it's honestly cool to be here. I was a little kid with a dream of standing in a top 16 parade like that. And here we are, you know, my first year in FD ticked off the books. It's been cool. I've enjoyed it. We won a round. We've been struggling at rounds. It's been nice. And I'm just happy to be here, grateful. The track is sick. We haven't got that many laps. We're in a car what we weren't even supposed to drive. So I'm just full of vibes right now, all positives, and I'm going to try to let them flow.
Absolutely, and not only that, but I just checked in with your dad. This is his first FD round that he's been to, and he gets to be here at Irwindale with you. So you're just surrounded by love and support, and I think that's so special for you. You're in your car. You're ready to go. How do you feel about this next battle?
Yeah, I've got Federico next. As you mentioned, my family here, this is their first FD event. They're the real heroes behind this story. So, they never stop wrenching, never stop supporting, and let me get to the level where I can work with the partners while I work now. So it would be nice to finish off in a bang and let them witness a good first Formula Drift round. But step by step, lap by lap, and hopefully we just get the rhythm going. And it's going to be difficult in the car when I'm driving, but I'm here to put on a show, and hopefully we can get in the box later on.
And just out of curiosity, whose car are you driving now?
So I'm driving Sam Magoni's Pro Spec car. My own car lost the motor yesterday. Sam brought his car to the track. The guy swapped all the panels from the car what I'm normally driving over to this car. It's an S54 BMW turbo engine. While I'm not used to driving, completely different power band, but we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to make it work. I hope that we don't figure it out too late, and hopefully in this next battle we can get it dialed.
And what's your confidence level from 1 to 10?
Probably a solid 6 right now. I'm not going to say that it's too high. If I was in the other car, for sure, I will be, you know, fighting it out to be on the box 100%. But I got to stay positive, surrounded with great people. I'm grateful for every opportunity what I've got this year, and I'm just going to take this last ride. Who knows? Maybe it's the last one in E36, so I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm not saying too much right now.
A wholesome Irish lad. We thank you so much. We're wishing you the best of luck. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Cerise. And I love that. You know, I was a little kid, and I was dreaming about being like, that was the answer I was searching for. So I'm glad Cerise extracted that from Shanahan. Our 3 judges up here poised and ready to be judgy. They're right here. We're talking about Robbie Bushido Blade Nishida, Brian Eggert there in the middle, and Reese Peanut Butter Cup Marin. Oh, he's so sweet. He's so sweet. Until you get the chunky peanut butter. Don't go anywhere. It's about to get chunky and a little bit smooth. When we come back here, round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, send it here at the House of Drift. Don't go anywhere. Our first battle when we come back.
I'm Ryan Turk, and I'm super proud to announce Rain-X's all-new wiper blade design, the Turkin SUV Heavy Duty Series.
Whoa, cut! Ryan, it's the truck and SUV blade. It says it right there.
These new blades are specifically designed for truck and SUV windshields. They're tougher and built for rugged weather. Like I said, the all-new Rain-X truck and SUV blade, engineered not to be turked in tough conditions and built for your truck or SUV. Get a pair today, only at AutoZone. I mean, I still like the idea of a Turkin SUV blade.
Turn your passion into a career at the University of Northwestern Ohio. From high performance to automotive, diesel, and everything in between, you'll find a degree that will get you a job.
Students that go through our programs have fantastic experiences, and they come out getting good job placements.
70% hands-on, no out-of-state tuition, and accredited degrees in trades that are in high demand all across the country.
10 out of 10. If you even think this is the right place for you, you better just go.
Learn more about your future at unoh.edu.
You looking for a little trouble? You like watching things get broken? Like barriers? Glass ceilings? And records? Then this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
Tire just ripped.
Been holding power you make for 30 years. But here's the real question. How much torque are you making? Because every single ACT clutch is rated by the torque produced at the crank. That's all your clutch cares about. Your power, your performance, your success. Unrivaled precision, power, and durability. Visit advancedclutch.com today. 30 years.
Okay, well, here we are. Again, a sold-out crowd. Thank you so much for your patience, those that joined us here. Parking, we know it's a little tight here, but you know what? You're here. You paid for the whole seat, but you're only going to use the edge. Hot Dog Rob's excited about it. I know Isaiah's excited about it. And we are pumped to see who is going to win here in round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, our final round. Odi Bakshis, again, originally from Lithuania, now living here in Southern California. He is the field suspension doctor, going against Jonathan Castro from Santo Domingo, DR, Dominican Republic. Dominican's fine, as you can see. They are their driver matches. Odi has won every single one. Castro would love it to go the other way. And you can see the overall match, the win percentage. Here we go. Odi Bakshi's on the line. That field suspension S15. Jonathan Castro LTH Toyota GR86. Let's see how they fare. Again, that chase car can leave the line a little bit early just to pace themselves. And Odi Bakshi's got a clean start. Here they go, tip to tail. Going in on their first battle of our top 16. Odi Bakshis initiates. Jonathan Castro a little bit lower than Odi Bakshis. Odi Bakshis good there. You can see Jonathan Castro kind of dodging back and forth. Good transition for both of them. Really clean, smooth, and fluid. You can see those Excel lights on Odi Bakshis' windscreen. Jonathan Castro taking a bit shallower line than Odie Bakshi's using all the track, and look at that, proof positive there. You see that back fender exploding, taking out that inside clip is Jonathan Castro. So overall, a good run for Odie Bakshi's out front. Jonathan Castro, I think, needs to get a little bit closer and a little bit deeper on those outside zones.
Yeah, talk about an amazing way to start our top 16. Odie Bakshi's on throttle all the time, all the way up to the wall, and just holds it there. Absolutely planted, like he's glued to it. But Castro staying on the inside, would like to see him kind of a little bit deeper back. Now, Odie does have a little bit of room to make up there on that inside clip as he transitions, but he gets on the throttle right away through the second outside zone. You see Castro has decent proximity, but he's on a much tighter line. He has to pull angle out to do it, but realistically, not bad from either driver here. I really, really like what Odie's doing at the lead. If he continues to do this all night, this is going to lead him to the box very, very quickly. Castro not doing too bad. Just, you know, I'd like to see him on a better line. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, totally. I couldn't agree more, brother. Taking a look at some scenarios here. Osbo can actually slide, because currently standings, overall championship.
Right.
Odie sits in second. Osbo can jump up to second place overall if Odie's knocked down to 16 and he wins.
Okay.
And Manoa can actually get third if Osbo gets knocked out before the finals and Manoa wins, or if Osbo's knocked out in top 16, Manoa makes it to the finals. So scenarios as far as second and third overall are still up for grabs. It's not locked, not definitive that Odie Bakshi's in second, Freddie's in third. It's really a battle between second through fourth, because Manoa is part of the conversation. That's crazy.
From what it sounds like, if Odie wins this, he will then lock in second. It'll become a battle for third after that.
Yes.
So we're gonna know pretty well, you know, what's going on right after this section.
Yeah, and that's just, again, momentum for Odie. I feel like he's always in this scenario. And if you haven't downloaded the app, download it now, because guess what? The FD Unlocked app, it's all access, baby, because we got exclusive camera angles, both in-car, on-track, zero latency. Crazy. And you tested it, dude. It's like immediate.
It's great.
Live telemetry. Experience the Unlocked experience now. Available in iOS and Android stores. Powered by Torque Hub. Shout out to the D.
I think we're going to add some more nerdy data stuff to it. I was chatting with Dennis. Yeah, like I need more data, baby.
Okay. I like data too.
Yeah.
I like lamp.
I like lamp.
I like lamp.
You just
I like data.
You like and say that you.
I like camera.
All right, I like Robbie.
Yeah, Jonathan Castro, Odie Bakshi's. Here we go, Castro out front. That LTH Toyota GR. Scratch up and reverse it.
We're getting quite a few cone dings on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't change anything up, did we? Nerves. Yeah. Chris
Irwindale nerves.
Our track master here, Chris, just saying it's the nerves. Has nothing to do with the cones.
Yeah. Chris, you again, the overlord up here. Yeah. He's kind of, you know, overlooking it. That was his wife that sang the national anthem, if you're here in the building. Amazing job by Emily Yule. Just a quick little shout out here. 3 strikes and you're out. This is the only traditional thing we have here. 3 strikes and you're out. That's 1 strike. Cone was hit. And again, if the lead driver leaves the line before the lights are extinguished or ices the other driver, it's 2 formula drifts. 1 formula drift, 2 formula drifts. If you ice him, that's another strike. So there's a few different ways where you get a strike, but guess what? It's all out the window because we got a clean start. Jonathan Castro initiates. That's what you're looking for. Good job. But look at Odie jump to the side of Castro. Looks like he's down a little bit. And Castro kind of going offline. That was a weird way of getting to that transition on that traditional start finish. And Odie Bakshi's, you can see him, really good job mimicking, not doing too much, doing just enough as Odie Bakshi's crosses the line.
Yeah, wow, Odie. I mean, adapting to everything that Castro kind of threw at him, and there was a bunch of things that very much could have screwed up a chase driver, and Odie was able to get it really, really figured out. So you can see there that it took a little bit for Castro to really get initiated, and then Odie actually goes deeper in that zone than Castro does. Castro actually goes wide. He goes off track there. He may have gone 2 full wheels off track in that section. And then through here, Castro's on a much tighter line, but Odie holding the exact same line, a little bit of wavering, but keeping the proximity, keeping the angle, and almost perfect all the way through this section. So Castro's lead definitely has some room for improvement, some things I would like to see out of it. But to see how Odie is able to adapt to that is incredible.
Yeah, really, really well done there by Odie Bakshi's, and it looks like Odie Bakshi's gets the win. Jonathan Castro, you know, also to clarify, if it's 2 tires off is an incomplete. I don't think Castro did go 2 tires off.
Close,
it was
yeah.
close, but I don't think definitive. But regardless, Odie, like you said, that car control, the capability of the vehicle and the driving prowess of really just getting right there. Like I said, not going overly aggressive, just enough to get in that pocket.
And I will say, I mean, officially, if I can quote you, that will mean that Odie Bakshi's will be second in our championship this year for the 2nd year in a row.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So again, yeah, I would say, look at this. Yeah, Northeast representing. What? Oh, so keep in mind, this is 2020 to 24. So this is, you know,
not everything.
Not the whole season, because Forsberg and Turk have both been around since 04. Turk entered late in the season. I remember when he entered the picture in Chicago. Street drove the S13 to the event, competed, drove it home. Amazing. Great stories. Now look at these guys. Toyota, Nissan backed. You know, corporate companies backing them, making killer cars, project cars. You know, Ultimaniac. Chris just raced Nora, you know, truck series. Turk's working on, you know, he's got Stout. He's got the 4586. He's got Formula Supra. You can always see him working in his in the Turk laboratory up there in New Hampshire. And again, Forsberg here in Southern California, about to marry his lovely fiancée and soon-to-be bride Liz here in just a little bit. And here we go.
Looks like over the period of history, 18 times they've killed each other.
Yeah, here we go. So that was just a little bit. Here we go. Chris Forsberg initiating in his NOS energy drink, all new Z, and look at that. Ryan Turk getting good proximity, but not mimicking the angle. He needs to just dip that back end out there a little bit. But this is what I was talking about. Forsberg is due. Saw some sparks there from Ryan Turk. Forsberg, this is a grow! Just, I said it, a good lead run. We get that tight angle, and again, want to see different angles here, different perspectives. Looks like Forsberg might have just lost power, and man, that car is just banged up. Turk has taken it into the wall a couple times. As I know, my man Steve Mateus is out here watching. Shout out to him and the Rockstar family. Right there, up close and personal. Let's take a look at it because we were looking at the wall.
Yeah. I mean, Chris has had this car really loose, not a ton of speed into it, but he's able to fill the zones really well. And look at Turk just fighting the car the entire time. Yeah, there was some strange sparks that came out of the rear end of Ryan Turk. Another one again. So I don't know if that's the brake. It could be, yeah, the e-brake that he's going up, but then it just looks like Forsberg just over-rotates and Turk's got really nowhere to go. So that's quite the e-brake if it's grabbing sparks like that.
Yeah, dude, he is yanking that thing, man.
I don't know what pads those are, but titanium, I guess. But yeah, it just, Forsberg looks like, I mean, he's got good momentum through here. Everything looks really, really good. And then Forsberg just loses it. Yeah, just
he tapped the brakes. You see that? He looked like maybe knew he was going to. Maybe, I don't, that was very uncharacteristic of Forsberg.
And this is the hard thing. We talk about loosening up the car to make it easy to drive. There is a point where the car becomes a little bit too loose. Yeah, look at the big left foot brake. He stays in throttle, and then the car just comes around. He's not able to get it corrected again. So very uncharacteristic of Chris Forsberg. I can't think of a time that he's spun out and run in at least recent history.
Yeah, and that just was a total move right there, unfortunately, for Forsberg. And I'm going to see... This is the first portion of the battle, so they do need to deem who's at fault, Forsberg or Turk.
Yeah, I didn't see any contact from Turk ahead of that to prelude that, but
right.
Yeah. It's always crazy too, because like sometimes like, oh, there was nothing, and then you go back and you're like, there's just this small moment that did something. But I really want to know what kind of e-brake he's running to be throwing sparks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the new thing. That's the new trend the kids are doing, right?
Yeah.
Sparking e-brakes.
And by the way, Biddies was sharing some photos with me as far as Turk's car. Brian Hartsock, excuse me, had a huge hole. So look at this. This guy's sending me some photos, and he basically said the shock tower has a fist-sized hole in it. So
this
car has definitely taken some damage.
Yeah, I think this car will be seeing a pretty good overhaul. I mean, if not a brand new chassis going into next year or something like that.
So Chris Forsberg is at fault. No contact from Ryan Turk to make the crash happen. So it was independent by Chris Forsberg. Also want to see if there's any debris out there on track, and no, there was not. So any fluids from maybe a previous battle or any debris from Odie and Castro, and that was not the case. So yeah, you know, obviously get some oil out there, or get some.
It's happened, right?
Yeah.
We've, you know, a small bit of oil drops out that we miss, and then we come back over it. And, oh, wow, it's more than we originally thought.
And the speeds they're going and all that. Yeah, it's easy to do. So, all right, there he is, the champ, the 4-time champ in the burnout box. The 4-time champ going against Matt Field, and these guys have history from last year.
Yeah, I mean that was the incident in practice. Was James Deane and Matt Field. Obviously nothing malicious. It was just a wheel-on-wheel contact, and the way things worked. I vividly remember it. You and I sitting here just about to get ready to go on air, and we looked over and saw the whole thing go together. It was
see the underside of the car.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, you know, when on that second outside zone, he's right-hand drive, so that in-car was insane.
Yeah.
So, all right, Pure Cork, representing Cork, Ireland. That's right, James the Machine Deane going against Matt Field. Matt Field would love to get on the podium and just end the season on a high. Yeah. He has what it takes. He definitely has what it takes. That Borla exhaust, heat wave visuals, lean customs Corvette. There goes James Deane out the gate. He's riding high right now, though. Literally, as he gets high on the bank, Matt Field again, there's that good proximity. He mimics that angle. Well done. He throws it out there, has to back off a little bit. The Beast in the Bay chasing down the machine. In the second outside zone comes a gun blazing. In that second outside zone, look at James Deane. Set it and forget it. But Matt Field bringing the heat. Great proximity. Aggressive driving. Well done. Stomp your feet, Irwindale. Make some noise.
The coolest thing about getting to chase James Deane is you know you can throw it as hard as you possibly can, and hopefully it'll be enough. Because he's one of the most predictable drivers out there, and it's going to be a 100-point run in front of you almost every time. Look at Matt Field. Just a little body check there on James Deane, who throws even more angle. They come off the bank. Look at the angle he's hucking through there, the amount of speed he's got. And then James Deane gets back on the throttle through the second outside zone. And then Matt Field just trying to worm his way in as close as he possibly can to the side of James Deane's car. Man. Epic.
And you hit the nail on the head, man. You know what to expect from James Deane, where he's at, how he's going to get it done. You've seen how he drives. No tomfoolery, you know, nothing dramatic. And obviously with him having 3 podiums, you know what to expect. And he's driven here multiple times, so he's familiar with the track, and that gives Matt confidence, a little trust fall, you know, like just crossing his arms and falling his arms.
Right here, this transition to the inside clip. The only way you can pull that off is if you have 100% trust in the driver that's in front of you, not to check up. And Chris Forsberg, Matt Field has that trust in James Deane. He's able to push as hard as he possibly can. He can run that bumper the entire time and not have to worry that James Deane is going to do anything strange.
Yep, and now Matt Field is out front. Matt Field out front, James Deane chase position. He would love to add to the trophy collection. A lot of Irish folk making the trip over here, cheering on James. There goes Matt Field initiating into the bank. And look at that, Matt Field, great angle there. Look at James just really kind of just going back and forth. Watch his car. Watch how close he gets. I think he's going to reel him in. That's the side bite that these Mustangs have. You see it right there. He jumps to the side of the Corvette. Wow, look at that. He's banging doors. Oh, doctor, make some noise. James Deane, Matt Field. These are the battles we anticipated, and it just coagulates and just gets refined as we go on from 32, 16, 8-4, and the winner. Well done, boys.
This is a finals battle we're getting to witness in top 16. That's exactly what this is. Look at James Deane. He's almost pushing Matt Field deeper into the first outside zone, mirroring it, mimicking it, doing just miming everything that Matt Field's doing up front. Now Matt throws a bit extra angle coming through the zone, and then look at James Deane able to get in there. I mean, the only way you're going to have a chase like this, similar to what we saw on the previous run, is by having a lead like that. Matt Field has an excellent lead run all the way through. James Deane is able to push that hard because of that trust, and that's what's so cool when you get to this level. You know the driver that's in front of you is not going to play any games. They're there to put down a 100-point qualifying run, and you get to run the exact same thing behind them. I know we need a side-by-side.
Yeah, they've
100%.
already requested it.
Yeah.
It's already in the can.
All right, this is where I'm going to try and nitpick any of this, which just feels so wrong for how good both these drivers are. I would say Matt Field doesn't have quite the same angle that James Deane does in his lead run. We get that nailed out a little bit later. Matt Field doesn't quite get the same proximity. Then through this transition part, it does look like Matt Field is able to get into the pocket slightly sooner than James Deane is. But, man, and then through the rest of it, it's a scratch. There's nothing between them at that point. So there's just very small, minute points about who's in the zone longer and who's in it a little bit deeper. And when I say deeper, I mean we're like the difference between 3 or 4 inches.
Yeah, just that was so tight in a great way. You know, we've really tried to minimize one more times, but awarding the runs that are deserved of seeing them run again.
Yeah, this may come down to who's gonna break first.
Here we go. Look at this. James Deane, Matt Field, slide him left, slide him right. One more time. One more time. Oh, look at that. Reese, always the disruptor.
Dang.
He says James Deane. But regardless, again, that's the 3rd time we've seen that, where the other judges too. So, hey, when we come back, more smoke, more fire, more Formula Drift here at the House of Drift, Irwindale, California.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the 2 abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California. Canon is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
In drifting, everything's a mental game.
Boom! Perfect.
If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Turk is back at he wants it. That's what we're coming to expect there. You know, get good proximity. It's really hard to get back into that pocket on that first outside zone. Gucci having a hard time, kind of a failure to launch on that second outside zone. Oh, there he goes, bangs into the door, straightens out, saves the car, and not the prettiest, unfortunately, for Ken Gucci. Had some struggles and then got into the door and threw himself out. But Jeff Jones continued on.
Yeah, I really like the aggressiveness that we saw from Ken Gucci. It's the consistency that holds that back sometimes. You can be aggressive, but if you don't have the consistency in the chase, that aggression kind of just looks like you're trying to fight back. So let's see what we got here from Jeff Jones out in the lead. So great start on that. Could have been a little bit deeper through the first outside zone, but really like the initiation. Ken Gucci looks solid through this section. Then we come into the transition, and Ken pulls it off at the right time. And then when they transition to their second outside zone, you can see that Jeff checks up a little bit, which he's allowed to. There's a decel zone. And then Ken checks up a little bit harder and isn't able to get things dialed in from that point. And then once we go to that inside clip, Ken dives in and catches a bit of contact with the side of Jeff Jones. Maybe caught the wheel, maybe had the wheel snap out of his hand, but is able to save the car before it smashes into one of those very, very unforgiving walls. So good job on Ken for not doing more damage. And but Jeff out front, really, really good run.
So it looks like no major issues, or not enough for either Jeff or Ken to inspect their vehicles. Looks like Jeff Jones got a little bit of a staggered start here. That's not going to throw off anybody. We'll be all right. He's going to, of course, take the line and pace Ken Gucci here. And Ken Gucci out front. Slow little roll there out of the chicane, no cone hit to get the overhead shot. Ken Gucci, let's see how he initiates. Again, it seemed like he goes to initiate and it just does not get out there. Just his rate to angle just seems a little bit slow and not as snappy as we'd like to see. Looks like he's putting the car in the right place. And Jeff Jones, you can see him just chomping at the bit. Now into that second outside zone, out of it really quickly here. And it looks like Jeff Jones is going to get the win after an unfortunate mistake by Kenshiro Gucci.
Yeah, speaking of the initiation, the way that we've seen drivers do it the best and the most consistent is basically just being on power all the way through it, not grabbing the e-brake, just coming out of the blocks, getting a decent amount of grip in it. And as soon as they grab that last gear, just throttling in and pushing the car. And it looks like Ken just about does that, but then gets too much of his brake into it and isn't able to get the car all the way up to the wall. Tries a bit of left foot brake to get the car back up there, does at the end of the zone, but unfortunately at that point you've missed a good chunk of it. Inside clip looks great from Ken. And then we push into the second outside zone, and you see that wavering. Need him to sink the car back in. Kind of misses the majority of that zone. But, I mean, Ken seems to be struggling with something here. Something's not quite right, and he's having to fight through it. Jeff does a good job in the chase. He's really active through this section. Really good proximity, mirroring the line, mirroring the angle all the way through. When they come through the transition, Jeff dives in, which is great. Not a lot of drivers have been doing that. A lot of them have been hanging back. Jeff actually dives to the inside through that section. And then through here, you can see Jeff starts to let Ken walk away a little bit. And I think that's just he's seeing how shallow Ken is through it, or Ken's able to just get more speed because he's on a tighter line. And Jeff just holds things down. It was a very mature run from Jeff Jones.
Well said, well said. Here we go, Jeff Jones, Ken Gucci. Slide him left for Jeff Jones, a right for Gucci, and Jeff Jones gets the win. Jones advances, Ken Gucci knocked out. Jones advances on. He's going to go against either James Deane or Matt Field. We talked about this in 32. Just the way Jones is driving. He's on. Oh, look at that. He's giving him a little love you, brother.
Yeah. Love the goggles.
Yeah. He's built for speed.
Goggles Paisano right there.
Yeah. Sultan. All right, so Odi Bakshis sits waiting to see who's going to come out on top between Forsberg and Turk. And if you recall, Forsberg had that mistake there on that second outside zone. There's Matt Field taking a look. That's him. Chow riding shotgun. And he heads back out there. Head to that line. And now we are seeing... Yeah, and a reminder, this is the first battle here. First outside zone, no problem. And then you can see Ryan Turk chasing him down. Now watch right here. This is where Forsberg, boom, just spun. Right, no contact. No contact with Turk, not even with the wall, just totally looped it. So weird.
Yeah, it's all the side right, let go, and nowhere to go but into the wall.
Such a bummer for him. So he's, admittedly, Forsberg kind of is ideally trying to force a mistake. And Ryan Turk out front. So here we go, Ryan Turk out front, the Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, the Rockstar Energy Drink Pilot. And look at Forsberg, he knows he needs to apply the pressure. Oh, gets the proximity, straightens out. Definitely want to look at that from the angle that he knows he needs to do this. Oh, and almost identical place where he has issues. But Ryan Turk continues on. A fun battle between, again, friends off the track. And now, unfortunately, looks like that's going to be all she wrote for Forsberg.
Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate because with the car as loose as it was earlier, everything looked really good, and I just have no idea why it's doing this. Really good initiation there from Turk, really stable, and then Forsberg gets on the hunt, and I thought we were in a good spot. It looks like 2 or 3 hits there to Turk, and Forsberg able to keep things going, almost just using Turk to hold himself up through that part. Dives in, Turk should be a little bit deeper through the first part of that zone, and then Forsberg just loops it once again, so clearly something mechanical not right. Something either in the setup or just, something broken in there that maybe they didn't know, they couldn't tell or couldn't fix in time, but love seeing the love there, couple
Absolutely. OGs right there. So, make it official. Let's slide him right for Ryan Turk, the Rockstar Energy Drink driver. Gets the unanimous decision. Chris Forsberg, unfortunately, knocked out, but Turk continues on. He will be going against Odi Bakshis in the Great 8.
And I mean, a good points bump as well for Ryan Turk. That'll hopefully help him move up a little bit more. I mean, he does have Matt Field, who's directly above him, so I know he'll be watching that battle quite closely. If Matt Field goes out early, that could help move Turk up a little bit higher, maybe even to 5th if things go right.
All right, taking a look. There we are looking at Forsberg. Again, talking to Ryan Turk. His season's done, but definitely hold his head high. Always a crowd favorite. You know, just a staple in the Formula Drift world. Would love to see him on the box, but not going to happen here in Irwindale. All right, so this is the one more time battle, and hey, Robbie, can we throw on your headset real quick? And they, the split decision 2-1. But Robbie, your justification there for going one more time between these two.
All right, so up until we saw the side-by-side replay, I was agreed with how Reese gave it to Deane, and I was going to go with Deane as well. But as I was watching the side-by-side, I kind of noticed that Deane wasn't as out on some of the, here we go, like the bank. I thought he was higher from where I was seeing it towards the end. They were both coming off. I'm talking about in the lead position, in the chase position as well. There were some parts that James Deane was deeper and matching, as you saw right now, coming out of outside zone 2. Field was a little bit deeper into outside zone 2. Deane was there too, and they both mimicked pretty good. It looked like James Deane was a little bit more stable, but in the lead position, it looked pretty close, so we just had to go one more time.
All right, well, there you go. Thank you so much, Robbie. And we are taking a look at an awesome crowd here. Thank you so much. And here we go. The one more time battle between James the Machine Deane, your champion, 4-time champion, going against Matt Field. That Borla exhaust. Performance. Here we go, leaving the start line. Here goes James Deane across the nose of the Corvette. How are they going to refine it? How are they going to make it better? You know, we had an amazing lead and chase. Now look at this, good angle, locked and loaded as James Deane. Matt Field maybe keep himself a little bit of room here so it's not so glitchy, right? More fluid. It looks definitely more fluid than that first run. But Matt Field right there, good proximity, tucks in, almost gets slapped there with the Ford Mustang, but overall, very clean, very tidy, and I like the word used earlier, mature.
Yeah, and let's take what Robbie had said there and use that as our judging guide here. Now James Deane on the wall the entire time. So, he has corrected that. Through that inside clip, both cars absolutely flying. Second outside zone, same thing, James Deane is on the wall. Matt Field in the chase, a little bit of hunting back and forth, but not a lot. It wasn't a ton of surging. He is keeping it where the judges are looking for it, front wheel into the door of the lead driver, mirroring the line, mirroring the angle to the best of your ability. So you do see some of that worming back and forth of Matt Field, and that's to gain that proximity. So it's one of those, you kind of got to give up something to gain something else. In this case, he'll give up a little bit of angle to gain some proximity, and that's what that worming back and forth is that you're seeing from Matt Field in the chase. But James Deane out front, I mean, just perfection once again. On the wall, filling all the zones. Inside clip one, maybe some more angle.
Yeah.
That's about all I got.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, I really liked the consistency of that run, especially the chase of Matt Field compared to what he did on that first run. I think, like I said, that just showed refinement. Here we go, Matt Field now out front, James Deane in that chase position. Here goes Matt Field. Initiates high on the bank. James Deane actually a little bit lower. You see him just massage the car right there to the side. And now James Deane looks like he's doing something similar as well as far as car setup and where he's at. And look at him just slowly reeling him in. Dragging bumper by both these guys. Come on now. Look at this. It's just the consistency is so sick.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
We might be here all night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some meals sent up here, so I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a late night, boys.
There's Ryan Turk and his team looking on.
Yeah, judge is already asking for a side-by-side once again. I mean, guaranteed, there's no way you're gonna be able to understand exactly who wins this off the first glance. So, yeah, James Deane not quite as high through the first part of that. Does get a little bit more surging, gets into the pocket where he needs to be, but Matt Field looks really good. I really like what James Deane does here, where he pushes in on that inside clip. It's so difficult to do, and it's so risky. And then through here, James Deane, just perfect mirror. all the way through. Look at that. It is remarkable how he's able to do that. Matt Field, though, gives him a perfect opportunity to be able to do that by providing a bunch of angle through those runs. Lots of great line all the way through, and just very, very consistent. And yeah, these are two legends of the sport just going head to head. I mean, once again, this should be a finals battle.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we come to expect here. You know, in 16, just when it really refines and gets down to this. Here we are looking at the side-by-side once again.
So let's look for the depth in those zones. So in the lead, it does look like James Deane was in that zone a little bit earlier and as full as Matt Field. So that could be a small point there. Through the inside clip, I mean, that might be it there. James Deane dives in on the inside, whereas Matt Field doesn't on the inside clip. Through this outside zone, though, I mean, Matt Field supersedes James maybe just a touch, whereas James is a little bit more back and on the door. So, yeah, really, really tough. It really may come down to that inside clip. That's the only glaring thing that I'm seeing, which is wild because it's such a ballsy thing to do. Like, just to dive in, because you only have a split second and you got to get back into the pocket and back around.
Here we are, slide him left for Deane, right for Field, and James Deane gets the victory. James Deane continues on. I would say James's chase, just looking at that overall. Hey, Reese, Brian, or Robbie, one of you guys just throw your headset on. Just after two amazing battles there. Reese, going to you, bud. Just real quick. Was it the chase that really was the deciding factor, James Deane?
Actually, for me, the deciding factor was going into the last zone. James Deane was actually deeper going into outside zone 3 than Field was. So,
oh wow!
For real, for me, that's what really pointed it out, and what ultimately gave the win to Deane.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we really do focus on the first and second outside zone a lot, but yeah, I mean, you can't forget there is a box right at the end of the track.
Absolutely, it was an amazing battle. I'm sure there was takeaways from both of the drivers, but ultimately at the very end, if you watch it again, James Deane is like as close as you
dunking on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just dunking on him. Okay.
Not taking anything away from Field, but it was went to Deane this one.
Unfortunately, he's going against James Deane, who's the champ.
Yeah.
So all right,
you know what I mean?
all right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Reese. All right. So hey, here we are halfway through our top 16. Have you seen the autonomous drift car?
No.
Dude, it's down there. What? I know Stanford. Dude, look at this. It's bonkers. Take a look.
Pleasure to be joined by the one and only Ken Gucci, but also Chris Gerdes. Chris Gerdes, let me make an introduction. You are a mechanical engineering professor and co-founder of CARS, which is appropriately an acronym for the Center of Automotive Research at Stanford. Talk to us about these self-driving supers in the program that you have. How did this all become about?
So my lab at Stanford, we've been studying the world's best drivers and learning how they control cars. And the whole idea has been to figure out how we can take that kind of skill level and develop cars that go on the highway and can help other people in accidents and make them safer. So actually in 2015, I was sitting here at Irwindale watching the drift competition, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. The level of control over the cars, how they're actually maneuvering them around each other. I thought if we could figure out how to do that, we could really make things safer out on the road. So 2018, Toyota Research Institute comes to me and says, hey, you want to work on a project together? You got any ideas? And I was like, oh yeah, automating tandem drifting.
Absolutely. And so tell me about when Ken came into the picture. What has his involvement been like?
Yeah, so we came down here again in 2018, and Ken was nice enough to give me a ride along in a practice lab, and man, that was a life-changing experience. So I saw what Ken was doing and how he was actually doing this so smoothly, and that became really the benchmark of what we were trying to accomplish. Ken has, since that time, spent a lot of time with us kind of breaking down what he does, how to set up the car, and I mean, he's been an invaluable part of this team.
Absolutely. I'm going to bring you folks back to the end of this car just so that we can get a perspective of what it looks like to be basically Ken's brain, but in car form. What exactly is this research trying to accomplish?
So what we're hoping to do by this is learn how the best drivers are able to handle these unstable situations in drifting. And that's very similar to what you might encounter when you're out on ice or snow. And so if we can understand that, we can develop some new ways of keeping cars safe when they do get into these extreme conditions and start to get sideways. So yeah, what you see in the back here is sort of our equivalent of Ken's brain. In fact, that black box right there is the computer that we have to try to make all the calculations and figure out what we need to do with the steering, throttle, and brakes to keep the cars drifting and to catch up on the chase and fall back before the transitions.
Now, what I would love for you at home I would encourage you to go look this up. You just showcased 2 tandem drifting, autonomous drifting Supras. How the hell does that work?
Yeah, so we put 2 of these cars together. Toyota Research Institute controlled the first one, and that was trying to lay down the perfect line. And then our car here, Takumi, was trying to drift off of that. So the AI was actually figuring that out. We weren't telling it, you need to go here at this time. It was figuring out, all right, now I need to drop back and get on the brakes. Now I'm going to slide forward and trying to figure out how it can get as close as it can while still keeping that safety margin that we designed for it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Be sure to look that up online. And I'm going to close this out with you. What does it mean for you to be a part of this project? TRI is researching drifting in order to make street cars safer. That's a pretty wild concept. What does that mean to you?
Absolutely. I mean, with the involvement of Toyota and Toyota Research Institute, I think it definitely helps me keep my job here as a professional driver. But all jokes aside, my involvement really was the easiest part was giving him a ride around Irwindale Speedway. And then after the fact that I knew what this project was about, I looked back 25 years ago when I first started drifting. I was like, you know what? Doing this drifting stuff would actually make me a safer driver. And that's what they're exactly accomplishing right now in the form of AI. So I think it's very impressive what they've accomplished with TRI and Stanford. And I'm just really happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, I can sense that. I really can. So from play to performance, you guys have come together and created something absolutely miraculous. Guys, thank you so much for being here. And if you're here at the event, come and check it out. Thank you so much.
So imagine we have another Super up there, and they're just out. It's like real life RC car, full size, 1-to-1, but then they're just driving.
Yeah, it's like, you remember in video games when you'd race your ghost?
The ghost guy.
Yeah, and now like your ghost is just an AI robot of your car that drives like you do.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So cool.
We're not far off.
No, we're not. And again, people are like, oh, it's scary. Like, dude, there's technology to be learned from.
It's sick. Imagine just like a robotic drifting training partner.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Exactly.
Very cool. Thank you to Toyota for developing that. Thank you to Gucci and Stanford. There you go. All right, so here we go. This is just, it's not by no means a changing of the guards. It is just these young guns that are stepping up and stepping out. And again, a 3-time champ and going against Brandon Sorensen, who has just definitely just developed so well as a driver. He's really rising to the occasion.
Yeah, he is. His just, I don't know how to really put it. Like the driver etiquette of how he is drifting is getting so much better. He's not getting in his head about things. He's really making the correct decisions. He's not, his instinct now is so dialed. When he gets into these crazy situations, there's no panic. It's just, I know what to do. I've been here before. And it takes a long time to develop that, but because he started driving so young, he's got it so young.
All right, so here we go. We are seeing Frederick Osbo lead that Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra Nitto tires, then the Air Force BMW Brandon Sorensen. Looks like Freddie going across the nose of Brandon Sorensen. Maybe has to back off a little bit. Frederick Osbo, good posture there with that vehicle. Past that transition point into that second outside zone. There goes Freddie. Brandon, he looks like he's even a little bit deeper. You can see him have to, again, straighten out, come out of that outside zone. But Freddie, just very smooth out front. A good run by Frederick Osbo. But I'll tell you, Brandon was right there.
Yeah, I really liked how this first outside zone came together. Both cars get locked in, and then they just kind of sit there. And it's so cool, like the amount of time that they're both just driving full throttle all the way through it. Brandon Sorensen gets to the inside and then dives in really hard here to the second outside zone. Actually makes contact with Osbo. It pushes Osbo deep into that second outside zone, and then Sorensen kind of has to catch up again because you lose a lot of that momentum when you transfer the inertia with that hit. So a little bit of a mistake there from Sorensen, just overshoots. You can see how much speed he has coming off the bank into the inside clip. So right here he checks up, grabs the left foot brake just a second, and then dives in and just doesn't match the speed quite right. Maybe 1 mile an hour. That's all we're talking about here. Faster than Frederick Osbo to that point, and that creates a little bit of contact. But does not panic, does not freak out, knows how to get the car back into the pocket without making it look obvious. We do see Osbo back a little bit, so I'm wondering if he's going to take his option to get the car looked at after that contact.
Yeah, he's maybe.
Maybe they may also be. I mean, usually the GoPro guy is a little further ahead.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's no. I can see TJ right there.
Yeah,
he's strapping him on Brandon's car.
So we'll see if he. I mean, if he pulls ahead.
Taking a look at it.
Yeah, if he pulls ahead, then we know he's ready, and if he pulls a 180, then they're gonna go take a little look-see-loo.
Think he might be good to go. I don't know. He's talking to let's see, our starter. Pulling the line. We're good to go. All right, let's see it. We are officially more than halfway through our top 16. And looks like, yeah, they are good to go. The Type S lights are on. We're in our Royal Purple top 16. Royal Purple, the synthetic experts, the official engine oil of Formula Drift. Brandon Sorensen initiates into the bank. So I'll just go straight line right into it. Nothing crazy, and that allows Frederick to sit right there in the pocket. Transition right on that first hash mark. Ooh, look at Freddie. Well done by Freddie. I mean, that was perfectly timed. But look at Brandon. Amazing lead run. Solid lead run by Brandon Sorensen. Freddie looked like almost tapped. I think he might have tapped the wall.
Jeez. That was
sick. It was so fluid, dude. That was just like water, dude. Like Bruce Lee, man. He just dropped right in that second outside zone.
Reese just turned around and said something to me that explains this perfectly, and that's intuition, and that's what you see from Frederick Osbo in the chase. And that being said, Brandon's like right here. Watch this. This transition, and then he pulls speed in so he can slingshot. Oh man, I love drifting. That move there is so difficult to do. To be able to throw the car faster, surpass the car, and then check it up before you make contact. He did what Brandon Sorensen was trying to do in the previous run and nailed it. Now, Brandon Sorensen right now is doing something that's very difficult to do, which is making small corrections without making it massively visible to everybody else. But, dude, Frederick Osbo is such a sick move.
That was so this is what I'm talking about. Not the changing of the guard. Young guns are coming, but again, respect your elders. Yeah. And that was awareness. You know, he's like a cat in whiskers. Like, you know, that was just, nope, I'm not going to go there, but boom, just slid right into that. And that was, like you said, intuition, or like Reese said, intuition.
Yeah, you can see him preload it even before they come off the bank, where he actually pulls back a little bit, allows Brandon to transition, and then pushes the speed at that point and follows it through the inside clip and then the outside zone. Man, wild.
Yeah, really, really well done there. The director asked, hey, do you want to see side-by-side? They're like, no way, nope, done. Frederick Osbo gets the win. That was just a solid move there. Let's throw it down to Cerise, who is with another Rockstar energy drink pilot, Ryan Turk.
A rock star is an understatement, guys. I am joined by, of course, Ryan Turk, and we got Chelsea in the pits as well. Now, you have the next battle going against Odie. You guys are OGs in the scene. We've seen a lot of young bucks coming up in the season this year. What do you think is about the push to get all these young new faces in the series?
I just think that the sport keeps growing younger. We keep getting, you know, the sport's creating younger and younger talented kids that are coming up very quickly. And I said, I think I said this the other night, I think we can now use the word in our sport, which I think is a big, massive thing, is having phenoms in the sport. I grew up racing motocross, and there was a lot of phenom kids growing up that were very young and fast on dirt bikes, and I think hearing that word, or having that word here in the sport of drifting, professional drifting, is a huge compliment to our sport and the talent that is showing up and what the sport is producing, which is some amazing driving out there.
Yeah, and you're absolutely a part of that. We have a phenom going up now. We have Hiro Manoa getting on the line, and he's about to throw down as well. So best of luck. Get out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a better segue to talk about a phenom. Hiro Manoa, not once but twice podiums at 14 years old. Congratulations to him. But guess what? The Dozer, he ain't no pushover. He says, cool story, bro. Hold my Royal Purple bottle. As Dylan Hughes and Hiro Manoa gets to the side of the BMW. But Dylan the Dozer Hughes, look at that. I mean, that was like a veteran move right there on that transition. Dylan Hughes, great angle by him. Hiro, again, just as tight as he is, he still has some cleaning up to do. Not completely smooth. You know, it's like icing a cake, just needs to smooth it out a little bit more. But again, a great lead run by Dylan Hughes. Hiro definitely had some great predictions as far as that line. That was sick.
There's a very difficult thing, which is to kind of out-angle Hiro Manoa, and that's what you're seeing from Dylan Hughes. Now, it could have been a little bit deeper through this first outside zone. You see, Hiro does get there now. Dylan, right here, comes off the bank, throws a good amount of angle, and then really snaps things back and pushes it into this second outside zone and gets it locked in immediately. No hesitation, no wavering. Basically able to get to that second outside zone. And Manoa doesn't really know what to do at that point. Can't get the car sunk in the way that he's used to because Dylan gets things settled so quick, and it takes Manoa a little bit longer to get the car in the same place. And then at that point, you're just fighting it. So we're really seeing these battles come down to this inside clip and what happens after that. The first outside zone, everybody is experts. Everybody knows how to do that. This transition, though, is what has been make or break here. And then, yeah, Dylan Hughes finishing off outside zone 3, basically 90 degrees to the wall.
And it's so kind of unfortunate, solemn, but at the same time celebratory. Every loss is a season ender.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, that's it. That's like, see you in Long Beach. Or see you at the banquet tomorrow night. But yeah. All right, so here we go. Hiro Manoa. Dylan Hughes maybe give himself a little bit too much room here. But look at, he jumps up there. He's got good proximity. And Hiro Manoa, who is definitely a phenom in the sport. Great work, Ryan Turk. Transition in there. And Dylan Hughes, you see that? So look, he jumps up, has to back off. Looked like Hiro maybe checked up. So Dylan quickly reacted. Big angle from Hiro. That was kind of maxed out angle there. That might have been a bit of a roadblock. I want to see different angles of that, but Dylan was really good at adapting because, again, Hiro in the chase was a little jerky, and he was a little jerky up front.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there was more hesitation and more corrections that we normally see from Manoa. I mean, I really do like the inside clip once again here, but out into this zone, just not able to get it, not able to get the car settled. He is struggling with the first part of our second outside zone. He did it in the chase, he did it in the lead. I like the little huck of angle here at the end, and then Dylan just gives him a little, all right, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a young man once too.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, see Dylan grow up.
Exactly. How soon we forget what Dylan Hughes was like, when he was in his teens back in Pro 2. And I think he knows how to drive against a driver like this. He does a really good job. Manoa just not getting the angle that we're kind of used to. I don't know why exactly, what's been different here. I don't know if he's just not used to seeing track development or track changes like this. So either way, I mean, great run from both of them. I really like how Dylan got aggressive on it and really pushed the pace, and Manoa just had mistakes that we're not used to him seeing.
Yeah, and again, this is another scenario we talk about these phenoms, these rising stars, the young guns, but getting taken out by Osbo and now Dylan Hughes. So, hey, Dylan, Osbo, Hiro, congratulations, Rookie of the Year. There's no way the closest is Shanahan. He's back in 11th. Hiro out. So what that's telling me is pretty much second and third. Odie, Frederick, they should be locked in for second and third. I don't think there's any way that Osbo could surpass Odie Bakshi's. We'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Shanahan, Sharifo, Hurst, and Adam LZ here at a Royal Purple Top 16 here at the House of Drift.
Is this it?
This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen in any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all we need. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have thanks to the Link ECU.
Party people, that's what's up. Come on now, make some noise. You're up there. We are live around the world. I know Ireland is still tuning in. It's past 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh, that's right. I'm losing my voice because you know it's a good event. You know it's a sign of a good event when it gets a little raw. I start sounding like Jacob over here.
Yeah, everyone's gonna sound like me by the time this is over.
Yeah, exactly. There we go, brother. brother. Connor Shanahan, Federico Sharifo. Shanahan, I was a wee little lad when I went to come drift here, and now here he is, man. Super excited to see him. See, like he said, it's maybe the last time he's driving an E36. A little foreshadowing there, maybe, huh? So
yeah, I mean, we don't know what he's doing next year.
You don't know what he's doing. Do not know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of changes on the horizon. You have to tune into the AutoZone podcast with the Rumor Mill. We'll have an episode dedicated to just rumors.
Ooh, there you go.
That'll be a good one.
All right, and what do we got here? Oh, Shanahan calling comp. So Fetty or Connor? Federico called a competition timeout. So Federico Sharifo in that Pennzoil Ferrari has called a comp timeout. Dang. Bummer. Dang bummer. Here we go. Okay, so Shanahan pulling up over there. There's Adam LZ. That's our next battle. So Adam LZ, Jonathan Hurst. Oh yeah, Hurst is ready. He's in the burnout box, baby. Let's see Adam LZ pull up.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just
he's good. Sim HQ.
Yep.
All right, so Adam LZ out there, BMW E36. That was St. Louis, right? Where you rode off the car?
Yes.
Yeah, St. Louis smashed up the previous BMW E36. One of the guys at Drift HQ had an E36 chassis already caged, swapped everything over, boom, back to business, baby. Didn't even skip a beat, like it never even happened, but it did, and there was a whole new car. And you know, he really credits the fans for getting that car back on the road. So, you know, Adam LZ, like I said, just arguably one of the most popular drivers in Formula Drift, due to his videos and all that, and what he does. And Jonathan Hurst, again, just a great spirit of drifting. You know, there is a trophy, an award that's given out and voted by the peers of Spirit of Drifting, and I know Jonathan Hurst was on that list.
Yeah.
So and rightfully so.
You can see here with our matchups, actually, Hurst does have the solitary win over Adam LZ, so there's definitely something going on here. I mean, there's Hurst's accident earlier on in practice yesterday was him chasing LZ. So not saying anything to do with Adam on that one, but maybe a bit of a redo on this.
All right, watch, Control, Alt, Delete. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Jonathan Hurst out front, Mr. Cool, the holographic Cadillac XL. Let's back it up.
Now the cone.
Smack it up, flip it, and reverse it. That's my Missy Elliott.
It's really uncanny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working on it my whole life.
It is. Even before she was born, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yep. She actually, it was.
You taught her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then the truth comes out.
Mr. Elliott.
Mr. Got me.
All right, so here we go. Back to the start line. Strike one for Jonathan Hurst. Adam LZ in a position, locked and loaded. Gotta love it till you do something. Classic. Such a power move. All right, here we go. Jonathan Hurst. Got a clean start. Let's see this initiation. Jonathan Hurst goes into the big bank there. Adam LZ, some wavering, but good proximity. Look at that flame shooting out of the hood of the Cadillac, transitioning through. Let's see what Adam's got in that chase position. Shoots in on the inside, dives in. He's doing a little mambo number 5 in that chase position. Dives in more. See some flames shoot out from the back. And look at, I mean, it's a fireworks show on Mr. Cool, Jonathan Hurst.
Yeah, we got fire, we got sparks, we got a little bit of everything in this show. So Hurst gets up onto the wall, but it takes him a little bit to really light off, and it gives an opportunity for Adam to be able to fill into the pocket there. You can see Adam really darting and pushing, and then Hurst, through this transition, Adam does a good job of mirroring it. And Adam gets too far on the inside, and then has to back off to then get back into the pocket again. So a little bit aggressive. I'd like to see how Hurst adds even more angle as he pushes through our second inside clip, and then out to our third outside zone, which doesn't fill all the way. So Hurst's lead was a little strange, not very smooth, but Adam being really aggressive highlighted it a little bit more in the chase. So Adam's got to kind of dial things back a little bit. Hurst can definitely run away from drivers, but it really does take Hurst some time to light off again. It is a decel zone through there. He is able to do it, but I think Adam was anticipating that Jonathan would get on throttle a little bit sooner, and it caused him to cut to the inside as we see the sparks come out from the bottom of that XLR.
All right, let's see what LZ can do out front. Yeah, LZ was kind of shimming his way around.
I mean, it might just mean that car is a little bit faster, and we'll see that here real soon.
That's what I was kind of anticipating, or assuming here. Here we go. LZ, look at that. I mean, just lighting him up like a drag car. Ooh, it comes out of drift just a little bit. See, but no, actually just maybe fight the car a little bit, but it's definitely got a lot of power. It is a ripper. Look at this Grand Canyon. I mean, he barely can keep both of them in frame. LZ, he's off to the races. Still with angle. But yeah, that's proof why he was doing what he was doing in that chase position. He just slingshotted to the moon, baby.
Well, and this now becomes the category of potentially inactive chase. So Hurst just really not able to get the power down. Just maybe there's something going on. He has rebuilt this car, I mean, from top to bottom already at least once this weekend. But yeah, I mean,
that car was always in the sky in the fifth.
Yeah, I mean, they've put a ton of work into it, but it just really does feel like he wasn't able to put the power down. Something's going on there, but Adam just in a completely different district at this point through that run, and I mean, it was tough to even get the cameras wide enough for it. So, it looks like Jonathan Spotter's up here right now, just having a quick conversation with Chris. But yeah, really, really wild there. I think we're going to make a decision pretty quick.
Slide him left for Hurst or right for Adam LZ. LZ gets the victory unanimously. LZ advances on, and I'm hearing that about 2 minutes left for Federico Sharifo, who is intended to go against Connor Shanahan. So taking a look, let's take a look at our BC Racing clip tip.
It's fine. Can you see it? What's up, everybody? I'm Chelsea Denofa, still the current Formula Drift champion for about one more day, and this is your BC Racing clip tip. Basically, this is inner clip 1. This is it right in front of the judges. They get the best view of this spot, so you want to make sure you are right on it. And when I say on it, I mean tire on this line, front bumper right here. As you can see, it's been hit a few times today because people get a little greedy, because being close to this can make the difference of winning or losing. How you set up for this coming off the bank is also really important. You want to fill the whole outer zone 1, transition, get wide, and then come across this with really good angle, kind of give a wave to the judges. And then after you pass this, transition to go into outer zone 2. So while this might seem like a simple little manji down here, this is very, very difficult to get when you're flying at a wall at about 80 miles an hour. This has been your BC Racing clip tip.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
On race day, when you want to show everyone out there who's the best,
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
you really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
You like watching things get broken? Like barriers, glass ceilings, and records. Then this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
Is this it?
And there we are seeing the official, unfortunately, the clock expiring. So Federico Sharif, no, is not going to make it. Sharifo is out, unfortunately. So that means Connor Shanahan, the Irish driver, will advance on without having to do battle. So Shanahan versus Adam LZ.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. And I'm sure Connor's taken this opportunity to practice on the car. He started driving for a very short period of time yesterday. So yeah, just a reminder, as much as this does look like his normal car, it is not. It is the car of Sam. And yeah, driving a BMW engine in it, and not an LS. I mean, not that he's not used to a BMW engine, but not what he's used to here.
All right, so there is Shanahan advancing on. The Great 8 is set. And this is how it's shaping up. Odie Bakshi's versus Ryan Turk, James Deane versus Jeff Jones, Frederick Osbo versus Dylan Hughes, and Shanahan versus LZ. There is our Great 8. And the first one will be Odie Bakshi's and Ryan Turk.
Be another heater. And then James Deane, Jeff Jones. Jeff, very vocal.
Hey, real quick, I want to. Sorry. Hey, turn on your lights on your phones right now. Light up the night. Let's light up the night. We got them all out there. Pull out your phones. Turn on the lights. Light it up. Let's grab a photo here real quick. Group photo. Everybody gather around. Turn on your lights for this first battle of the Great 8. Larry Chen, he's got his camera out. He's got his Canon on. So light up the night here with Odie Bakshis and Ryan Turk. Keep them lights lit as it's about to get lit on track. Here we go. Odie Bakshis leading. Ryan Turk giving chase. Odie Bakshis initiates. High on the bank. Here comes Ryan Turk. Ryan Turk, good proximity. He dives in. There goes Speed. And Ryan Turk chasing him down. Keep the lights up. As again, fire on track. Keeps going. And into that second outside zone. Look at that, buried in smoke. He needs a shovel. No rain X. He needs smoke X on that windscreen. Oh boy! Wow! That is not going to buff out. Oh boy, look at that. Another deep barrel tire, rim, wheel. Smoked out. Make sure they're okay. That was a big hit. It was weird. I don't know if it was, you know, it was just again a perfect storm. It didn't seem like it was Odie's fault. Didn't seem like it was Turk's fault. Let's make sure they're okay. Make some noise for him. Odie steps out of the car. Oof. Yeah, you can see Odie definitely feeling that one. Frustration. Yeah, Odie just frustration sets in. That was a big hit. Let's run it back. Let's see what's going on here. Make some noise for him again. Ooh, look at that front right corner. Yeah, that front right, that is smoked. And you can see Ryan Turk, he's still in the car. And we're gonna take a look at this, just make sure they're okay. Ambulance heading over. Odie's gonna inspect his vehicle. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was a really big hit. There's a lot of speed going through there. There is some separation. The more separation that you see, the harder that hit's can end up being. But taking a look at the first part of this run, I mean, Odie Bakshi's looks great. The car looks great. Everything is really settled and stable. And let's see when they transition to this second outside zone where this occurs. I mean, right now Turk's already fighting. We see that separation that comes out, and then as they come through. So it looks like, yeah, Ryan Turk catches the front wheel of Odie, causes him to steer right, and then that pushes him right towards the wall at full speed. Thankfully, it only, Odie was able to get the rear end back out and catch it there. And I mean, there was definitely some media guys nearby as well. Thankfully, they got out of the way. But so right here, catches front wheel on front wheel. Odie goes out.
Yeah. Yeah, so that front wheel-on-wheel contact, Turk was definitely like up, he was exceeding. That's not where he needed to be or wanted to be honest, but shot up, and that wheel-to-wheel contact, like you said, just whipped him into Odie, and that just chain reaction.
Yeah, a lot of speed going through there. I mean, without knowing the stat right off the bat, like into the 60 mile an hour, if not even to 70 mile an hour, so. Can watch Ryan Turk just catch the front wheel of Odie Bakshi's right here.
Doink.
And then it pushes Odie wide.
Boom. It's crazy how much it shot Odie like to the right.
Well, all the momentum he had that would normally cause him to push around just went forward. So all that inertia, everything just went in a straight line. You can see it right there. And then that side one is what pushed out to the side. But I mean, regardless, as soon as that front wheel contact happened, it wasn't going to be good.
Judges talking to each other. Chris talking to the spotter, seeing what's going on here. And there's Odie and Ryan.
Yeah, they're both going to be pretty sore. Still smiles though. I mean, that's big smiles.
It wasn't malicious, obviously. Ryan, he definitely went out front. There it is, hugs for Ryan Turk. I mean, both cars maybe not be able to move on.
Yeah, they both have incredible teams with some of the best mechanics in the world, but that is really tough, and there's going to be damage to the front and to the back on that. So that is really tough, and both these drivers no strangers to big hits.
The other scenario is that was the first half of the battle.
Right.
Yeah, that was the first run, so they would have to, 1, fix their vehicle, 2, who's at fault, you get 10 minutes or 5. And yeah, they are saying that Turk is at fault, so Odie Bakshi's would get 10-minute allotment. Ryan Turk would have to use his competition timeout, which he hasn't used yet, fortunately, but I don't know if 5 minutes is going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, 10 total is, I don't know if that's going to be enough to repair that amount of damage.
No, I mean, I'm saying 5 for Turk. That's a miracle. And
well, I don't know if Turk still has his 5 on. Oh yeah, he'd have to. Just only 5. Yeah, I highly doubt. Turk's team's going to be able to do that in 5.
Yeah.
And even Odie in 10 is tough.
definitely. Small little brake tap going past that inside clip.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looked like there was a bit of a left foot breakthrough there, but I mean, we'd have to go back and check momentum to see if there was a slowdown. I didn't see a slowdown. I did see a left foot brake to get the back end of the car to kind of rotate around. Regardless, yeah, it's just nice to see that everybody is at least okay and got out of the car safe. And you know, coming from the media pits, a lot of media guys back there, and I'm happy they're all good as well.
Yeah, happy they're okay.
Yeah.
Hey, round of applause again for Ryan Turk and Odie Bakshi's. They could hear you. The work begins now. Again, 5 minutes. 5 minutes for Ryan Turk, 10 allotted for Odie Bakshi's. If he wanted to use, again, another competition timeout, but here it is again.
Yeah, so just want to see if we see a decel from Odie when he left foot brakes. It goes blue, it goes neutral, it doesn't go red, doesn't go yellow. So at least in my mind, he didn't decel. He definitely did, tap a left foot brake, but in that time, it is more than likely to make sure that the front end is able to get around that inside clip or to get the back end to step out a bit more.
Yeah, so kind of some scenarios playing out here. You know, Odie Bakshi's locked in for second overall in the championship, but would love to get the win. Crazy action. It's Irwindale. Thank you so much. Again, adding to the lights, the camera, the action, the fire, the build. Oh my gosh, such a good time. Thank you so much. Our first battle in top 16 ended unfortunately with calamity. We'll see if they get their car back together.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gear. Slippery synthetic molecules and center-look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
モータースポーツで得た高度な技術をすべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらないビヨンド・ザ・レボリューション The concept is racing.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack.
Absolutely shredded now.
That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
A lot of performance
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
So big one once again for you guys this year. We are giving you the chance to win a brand new one-of-a-kind Mustang RTR inspired by my AutoZone Mustang in Formula Drift. Featuring a custom graphics package, RTR wheels and the same Pennzoil NGK and Optima products that I run in Formula Drift. Now until October 21st, make a qualifying Pennzoil NGK or Optima purchase in-store or online at AutoZone. AutoZone reward members are automatically entered for a chance to win with a qualifying purchase. Best of luck and can't wait to see you in a Mustang RTR.
All right, we are back here as those two cars heading back to the pits. A couple things got kind of brought up here. Talked talking with the judges about that clip, we did see the left foot brake happen. A lot of the drivers, what they've been doing is they come through the second inside clip is they've been tapping the left foot brake, and what that will do is change the momentum to the back of the car and get the back end to swing around so they can fill all of outside zone 3. It's been happening quite a lot, something that's been allowed. We've talked about the use of left foot brake and how it is allowed at this event. The closing speed that we saw from Turk was pretty big. It was a good dive. That mixed with Odie doing something that he is allowed to do seems to be what has caused this issue. So, and
this, like I said, perfect storm. Once you saw that contact, it was the perfect storm. So Odie looked like he was probably not going to make that outside zone 3. So you could see it. I was just outside.
Yeah.
I was talking to Chelsea Denofa. And, yeah, it looked like a scenario where Odie probably wasn't going to make it to outside zone 3. So, like I said, it's kind of perfect storm.
It's hard to say what the coulda, shoulda, woulda. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what happened. So, what is interesting is Odie has not used his comp 5, so he should have 15 minutes to repair that. If Turk isn't able to get it done in 5, Odie just kind of has to get out and put the run together, and then he will have until we come back to him. So if they can just get it back together, piece together, that might be enough for him to get back in the competition.
Right.
So
and Ryan Turk, and Ryan Turk only has his 1 comp timeout, so 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Here we are, Jeff Jones, James Deane, and Jeff has beaten James Deane before, so it's definitely doable. I mean, what a tear Jeff Jones is on right now. Here we go. So James Deane out front, but he is, again, riding the wave of clinching that championship. James Deane initiates. Jeff Jones back there, mimicking his angle. Definitely be a little bit closer, give himself a little bit of room here now into that second outside zone. Goes James, look at Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones actually maybe even a little bit deeper than James Deane on that last outside zone 3. Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
Wow. Yeah.
He's like, cool, I know you're a champion, but I can still beat you. I got your number.
It really is that confidence of chasing James Deane. You know you can throw it in, but James just picture perfect once again through that zone. A little bit of wavering though, but Jeff able to get into the pocket, able to get the car situated through this transition. I really like what Jeff's doing, kind of floating in behind him. Would have liked to see Jeff get a little bit more aggressive a bit earlier on, but once he's there. Jeff is in the battle all the way through, very consistent, mirroring the line perfectly, mirroring the angle perfectly. He doesn't choose to kind of worm the car up. He sits back. It's about a car width away, but instead of trying to worm the car up a little bit closer, he just sits in that line, and it looks really, really nice. Obviously, we would love that, but with more proximity. But dang, what a great move there from Jeff Jones to be able to get it through at a track that he knows so well. I mean, he's here all the time, so it's great to see that Jeff's really taking all that knowledge and kind of putting it to use here with James Deane.
Yeah, twisting it on him.
Yeah.
So let's see how Jeff Jones does out front with this 4-time champion in his rearview mirror. Jeff's definitely got it in him.
Yeah.
He definitely does. And that Evo AutoWorks Nissan Z, you saw he was hanging with them. And now that fresh air, Jeff Jones. Oh boy, here we go. That corner is beat up. I think they're gonna try to fix it, but they got 5 minutes, man. That's a very little amount of time. Here we go, Jeff Jones out front, Evo AutoWorks. Initiates into that bank. Look at James Deane. Little lower, he works his way to the side of the Z. Look how deep Jeff Jones is. You see him hit the wall. His trunk pops up. And now into the second outside zone. Look at that. James Deane, he is mimicking him. He is diving in. We got wheel. We got contact. Jones maxing out the angle. Yo! Jeff Jones.
That got interesting quick.
Yes, it did. Oh boy, look at this. We are all hands on deck, man, on Turk's car. Look at that. Cutting parts off.
All right, so Jeff Jones gets up to the wall right away, fills that zone, does a really good job, and does take James Deane a minute to really get situated. He never really does. That first outside zone, James Deane never really finds his pace. There was a ton of angle through the inside clip, and James mirrors it. Now through the second outside zone, it does take a second, once again, for James Deane to be able to get the car back. James never looks settled in the chase. Very uncharacteristic. I think we're already asking for a side-by-side here to really dissect things, but Jeff Jones out front looks good, adds a bit more angle to the second half of the first outside zone through transition. Everything looks absolute gravy. And then right here, just it's strange not to see James Deane get the car settled, right? It's always moving back and forth. It's always wavering. And, I mean, tons of proximity. That looks like James Deane era, like 2017, when he kind of got known for that, you know what I mean? Where you take the angle out and you, like, almost try and go front wheel on front wheel. But look at this. Love it. I mean, is Jeff Jones the kryptonite of James Deane?
Right? That's sick, man. You just see them hugging, laughing. That's great, man. The spirit here. You can see Brian there.
All right.
Search car. Let's look at it.
This is
I think
amazing.
you're right, man. It just does not look like the James we've seen previously. Like you said, kryptonite.
And Jeff is really stable. I mean, in the chase, he is really stable, and the lead runs are pretty close to each other. This is what I'm talking about. Look at Jeff, further back, but on a great line, whereas James is closer, but hunting. He's hunting the car in and out, whereas Jeff doesn't have the same proximity, but has a great line and has a matched angle. So it becomes that time-old debate of, is it proximity that's going to get the win, or is it proper line and proper angle? Gonna set a bit of a precedent here with the judges. No pressure, though, guys.
Yeah, no pressure. As you're looking now back again. Turks pit, that front right corner. See if they can knock that thing off. They make these things modular.
Minute 40 to get that back and installed. That is no easy business.
Wheel on, rolling. I don't think that's going to happen. Here we are. All right, slide him left for James Deane, right for Jeff Jones, and one more time, James Deane, and
one more time.
Going at it again. So there it is. Let's do it again, the boys. Let's do it again. James loving it. Jeff's loving it. He's having a great time. Jeff would love to get on the box here in Irwindale. We got 1 minute and 5 seconds. I think that's going to be all she wrote.
No, they've got the shock. They've got the suspension back in. They still have to get everything tied into lower control arm.
Hey, real quick, Reese Marin, could you throw on your headset? When we were off camera, you were elaborating on the Ryan Turk contact there with Odie Boxies. Can you elaborate more?
Yeah. Ryan Turk used against Odie Boxies.
Yes, Turk and Odie.
Yeah, so when we were coming in, we actually saw the contact. We saw that throughout the day we were watching, and we talked in the drivers' meeting in the beginning of the weekend. We were going to play a very close eye on left foot braking. And we've been observing that throughout the weekend through practices, through all the battles. We have been seeing some drivers have been applying the left foot brake, and it hasn't been disrupting anything momentum-wise or anything like that. We've also seen that people have been applying it onto the second inside clip as well. We believe that Odie has been doing that throughout the whole weekend. It's been fine, comes in. Ryan Turk surges forward a little bit, makes contact on the front, and then induces hitting the back of the car as well on Odie as well too, and just throws him into the wall there. So you can see that Turk was definitely trying to get into the pocket, maybe just a little bit too aggressive, and then things just kind of dominated from there.
Great explanation. Thank you so much, Reese Marin. All right, so we are seeing Ryan Turk. It looks like the clock has expired. That'll be all she wrote for Ryan Turk, and his path to a podium has come to a halt. Frederick Osbo, his Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota GR Supra teammate, is now going against Dylan the Dozer Hughes. So let's see what we can see from Freddie and Dylan Hughes. Again, one more time between James Deane and Jeff Jones. Here comes Frederick Osbo leading, and Dylan Hughes giving chase. Frederick Osbo initiates Dylan Hughes right there. You can see him. Needs to get up into that pocket. Looks like he does find it. Frederick Osbo just so fluid. Whoa! Dylan comes in hot. His transition and going. Freddie continues on, but that he was ripping. Kudos to Freddie for finishing it out.
Yeah,
he stayed in it, man. He was pinned.
It's what we like to see. We really do. Is when you see that contact. I mean, that was a lot of contact too, but. Drivers just getting back into it. That's what it is. I want it to feel like a grassroots event again, where you're banging doors against friends and you just keep going. But let's see your Osbo. I mean, dare I say robotic in the lead, very smooth, calculated, dialed. Love it. Huge transition though, big hump. And then right here, I mean, now the question is, there is a decel zone there. Should Osbo have had the tires lit off in time. Was that too late? Did that go too far into the decel zone? That is what the argument would be. I mean, if I was the spotter for Dylan Hughes right now, I'd be like, he's already in the zone. He should be lighting the tires off by then. So that's the question, right? We do have a decel, but the decel, I believe...
To what degree?
Yeah, it does. I believe it ends before you actually get in the zone. You shouldn't be decelling in the second outside zone, and I think that is what we might have seen there. Just, stirring the pot a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah, dude, you got a big ladle, brother.
Huge ladle.
Yeah, you are. All right, and we are seeing Ryan Turk, and unfortunately, that car can't catch a break. Let's go down to Cerise, who's with Ryan right now. That was a hard hit. How's he feeling, Cerise?
Yeah, it was. It was a hard hit. You just, like Jared just said, you can't seem to catch a break tonight. You just gotten kind of the short end of the stick on this one. Unfortunately, your team was not able to put it together. However, the teamwork is incredible. How are you feeling right now?
I jammed my finger in the steering wheel a little bit, and my head's rung slightly, but not bad. Like, the car's got it the worst, obviously. And, yeah, a bummer way to go out like that. When you touch somebody else's tire, when you're at angle, it literally just tears the steering wheel out of your hand, and you got no control over the car. So that was the result of that, unfortunately. And I thought we had a good lap going with Odie, and applied some pressure and was pretty strong throughout the whole course of the lap. And then I thought we were pretty synced up around inner 2, and then it all went bad 10 feet from the finish line. So that's what happens in motorsports sometimes. It's a bummer, but we learned a lot this event with the car and myself, and we feel like our driving leveled up from the beginning of the season. So a lot of great takeaways. Just a bummer we can't go into another round until Long Beach next year in April.
Yeah, we're definitely glad that you're okay. Love to see you in good spirits right now. We have Freddie coming into the pits and joining you. Just in general, this track has posed a lot of challenges for you drivers. Like I said, glad that you're okay, and we're excited for 2025.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cerise. And there, the Papadakis pit. Getting a little more crowded there with Freddie making his way over there, because here we are seeing the contact here.
Yeah, we do see green lights. So the question that I brought up is, should Osbo have lit off at that point? Should be accelerating at that point? We do have those decel lights in the front, and we do see that at least there, Osbo does get into the green, if you will. If you look at these light pillars, green means go. Green means he's moving forward. Red, decel, and then you see him back on green there, starting to go. Just did not get timed quite right from Dylan Hughes, who I believe will be taking a 5-minute as well. But yeah, the closing speed there from Dylan was just a lot. Hard to read. This is why when we saw Osbo do the same thing against Brandon Sorensen and nail it, we were so excited, because it's such a difficult move to do, to dive like that. But yeah, Dylan just not able to time it out correctly.
Yeah, that was a bad timing here. Taking a look at, you're talking about that decel area.
Yeah.
And
it does end just before the outside zone 2 begins. There is that little gap in there, which is, I guess, like an area for you to get back on throttle.
Look at that. Just a Rockstar logo just getting chomped at there by the dozer, living up to his name. Boom. Dylan Hughes is at fault, like you said.
Yeah.
Just analyzing and breaking it down.
Yeah, it's always tough. We want to make sure we make the right call. The judges, looking over replays over and over again, just making sure. And really, those decel lights have been invaluable this season. It's I think it's a great addition to the sport, and yeah, it'll only get better as we go.
Yeah, Dylan Hughes at fault. So Dylan and Osbo. Next up, Connor and Adam. They are jumping into the burnout box, and we have yet to see somebody move on into the final 4. We started with Odie and Ryan.
Look at the size of the pupils on Osbo right now. That dude can see in the dark. It's crazy. Like an owl.
We're in bat country.
Yeah, it's a spirit animal. The owl.
Right. All right, Adam LZ, Connor Shanahan, both these guys in BMWs, both E36s.
Yep.
And there we are. Oh, we starting to wave down there? Let's go. Starting closer. Which side? Okay, this side. My man's getting him going. Here we go. Adam LZ, Connor Shanahan on the start line. Hype it up, Irwindale. Stomp your feet. Make some noise. Adam LZ, Connor Shanahan, the battle of blue beamers. Connor Shanahan's first time driving and drifting here at Irwindale. Adam LZ, great to see him progress on. We saw him get the win last year behind the old Ford Mustang. And now here he is campaigning his own vehicle. Shanahan tip to tail. Good angle from Adam LZ. Shanahan, he's chasing him down. LZ throws a little more angle at him up on the bank. Past that inside clip. Nice little transition there from Adam LZ. Good angle. Shanahan back there a little bit. Needs to get that proximity. Adam tight to the inside clip. And now that final outside zone. Well done. I mean, Adam, really, really solid run.
Yeah, really, really dialed. I mean, things were getting a little sloppy there earlier on for Adam, but he's got it dialed. I don't know what adjustments they've made to the car, but in his head, he has definitely made a few adjustments. Looks very just confident through this run, making the correct moves. And then Shanahan, just so ballsy. Just the things he does, the way he drives is crazy, especially for a car that he's really never driven before, and a track he's never driven at before. It's super cool to see how quickly he can adapt and what he's able to do with components and tracks and cars and everything that he's just not used to. So breaking it down, really, Adam does a good job through this first outside zone. Connor gets in deep. Adam's starting to drag him into deep waters, really holding that angle through both for both cars through that zone. Transitioning out, Connor doesn't quite get the same angle through the inside clip. And then Adam just stable all the way through this, and then Shanahan wavering a bit, trying to get back into the pocket, having to take some angle out. Adam could have been a little bit deeper through the second inside clip, but crushes it through the third outside zone as we flip over to the field suspension race team.
Look at Odie, he's all hands on deck. Obviously, he's a mad scientist with the field suspension.
Yeah.
See the Wise Fab.
Trying to get the axles out.
All right, Shanahan will now lead. Adam LZ giving chase. Are we going to have our first Final Four victor or Final Four attendee? Shanahan, Red Bull, Garagistic, BMW. Shanahan, LZ giving him some distance, but right like that, gets up to the side of him, no problem. Little tap of the brakes. This guy's getting a little slam dance, little mosh pit transition. Not working out for LZ, had to back off, and that might end up biting him. Shanahan dragging bumper. Shredding, oh my gosh, there's parts being actually thrown into Adam LZ's face. Want to see the different angle there from LZ.
Yeah, it seemed like he got caught in the smoke a bit coming off of outside zone 1, but I like how Adam sticks back a little bit for the initiation. He's able to dive in, starts to supersede Connor just a little bit. I like to see him back on the line, and right here, Connor really hucks things, and Adam's
out of there,
bathed in smoke, and then transitions back out. He's on the wrong line, and that's the tough part. But he does a good job of getting things back to where he needs to. Just starts hunting a little bit and not able to get the car settled to the second outside zone. Whereas Connor, I mean, that line was really, really nice, as the judges already calling for a side-by-side. BC Racing getting a lot of their sponsorship dollars in the side-by-sides we're getting tonight, because this is wild what we're seeing. Just top-tier driving and just guys hucking things. And Irwindale is such a tough track because if you screw up at all, I mean, we've already seen it tonight. Those are the consequences. And to be able to huck things like that is just incredible.
Shanahan out of the car, going over talking to Adam LZ. Seeing what's up.
Let's wait for that side-by-side to come up. So let's see here with the lead. Is there any major differences from the lead? Both cars look good. Then in the chase, Connor's further back, but Adam might have a bit more proximity. You see a little bit of wavering, though, in that chase through the transition. Adam does a really good job, but Connor's tighter through the inside clip. And then right there, that's where the issue is in the chase. Leads-wise, they look pretty similar. Connor's does seem slower with this side-by-side. And through 3, man, that's really tough, though. I mean, both drivers have to be super proud of what they did right there. That was just epic driving, and then just a small mistake from Adam made it look a little bit bigger when we came to the second outside zone.
Yep. All right. These guys waiting for a verdict. Shanahan and LZ. Let's slide them left for LZ, right for Shanahan. And Shanahan gets 1, 2 votes. Shanahan takes out Adam LZ. Shanahan continues on, first time at Irwindale, and he's in the Final Four. Adam LZ knocked out. Just too big a mistake on that transition. You saw him, you know, straighten out to gain that proximity, but just too big a mistake there for Adam. So again, a great effort there. Great season for Adam LZ. I mean, he should be finishing, I believe, 5th, maybe even 4th. But now I think because there was about 50 points, so I don't know if Hero going out. I think he might. We'll see. So look at that, Simon Olsen, hands on deck, getting over there to Odie's vehicle. Seeing this clock, I'm assuming, I'm gathering that that's probably the 10-minute clock as opposed to the 5 minutes. So, 1 minute left in the 5.
This is the final clock.
So this is 15 minutes. This is it.
Yeah,
no, that's going to be it. So, and that was the first battle of their battles.
Now,
but what I would think, because it was Ryan's fault, that basically Odie would advance on, but then can't compete in the next round. So it would be a bye run for the winner of James Deane and Jeff Jones. I'm getting a little head nod there from Brian. Is that that's how it would proceed? And that was run 1. So basically, Turk's out.
Yeah, Turk.
They're both out.
Yeah.
They're both out. Turk's at fault. I mean, Odie would advance on, but he can't go on further in the competition. He's in the Final 4, but cannot compete. So the winner of James Deane, Jeff Jones, would then theoretically move on right into the finals.
Yeah, so this James Deane, Jeff Jones battle has massive, massive consequences. I mean, huge props to the entire field suspension race team and probably anybody they could find to help run in that car. I mean, the fact that they are even in the conversation with getting the car done, but yeah, we're getting the chop here. Man.
Yeah, so a win here is a berth to the finals for either James Deane or Jeff Jones. So Odie is out, Turk is out. Odie will advance on mathematically, but as far as competition-wise, will not compete. But again, so that's how it works out.
Yeah, I mean, the frustration is real, and I completely understand.
Yeah, I mean, but again, Turk's at fault. Talk about left foot brake. Was it malicious? No. Was he going to make it? It's, like I said, the perfect storm. We've seen this so many times of just those little mistakes combining to make one bigger mistake.
There may still be a place, though, for Odie to be on the box because he was first.
Number 1, yeah, okay. So hold that thought. Hold that thought. Here we go. James the Machine Deane, Jeff Jones, James Deane initiates high on the bank. You can see him riding up there. Yeah, it's a great point there about Odie. That'd be crazy. Here we go, transitioning past the transition into that second outside zone. Jeff Jones in the smoke, gets lost. Oh, oh boy. That was tough. Where'd he go? He's a magician. That was crazy. Jeff was he couldn't see anything, man. Look, he's still missing.
This is how a lead driver drags a chase driver into deep waters.
Yeah.
That's what he did here.
He drowned him.
He did. He went, okay, I'm going to drive faster and with more angle and commit so much more than you ever can. And that's what happened to Jeff Jones is he took the bait into it and dang. Look at James Deane out in the lead. Then this transition on throttle all the way through. Small decel, very quick decel, and then through this zone, Jeff tries to get in and just gets completely bathed in smoke and gone. And just he was lost. There's no way you're gonna be able to find it. You're fighting through the clouds the entire time, and James Deane just drives away from it. So
yeah, that's gonna be a major advantage for James Deane after forced one more time. It was 2-1, but going one more time, Jeff really had a shot on that first battle. But right now, he's gonna need to force an error on James Deane, or James gonna need to make a mistake in that chase position now with him making that's an incomplete.
Yeah. So realistically, if James Deane incompletes in the chase earlier than Jeff Jones did, there might be a spot here. And I mean, we're not done. This is not even close to over.
No.
So Jeff Jones still has a chance. Do not count Jeff Jones out ever. Man.
I love drifting.
I love drifting.
I love lamp. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shirt coming on.
I love it. All right, here we are taking a look at Jeff Jones now up front. Jeff Jones up front, James Deane in the chase position. And here comes Jones. Jones initiates James Deane. As long as he keeps it moderately close, nothing too crazy, he's going to be moving on into the Final Four. Our 4-time champ, our 2024 champion. Look how big the Mustang looks. Looking like menacing over the 370Z. Looks like the movie Twins cover. Like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger next to each other. So, hey, round of applause for Jeff Jones, forcing the champ into it one more time. Yeah, burn them off, baby. Big drift energy. All right, so let's slide him left for James Deane. Make it official. Jeff Jones, unfortunately knocked out, but hold your head high, homeboy. James Deane gets the win. So James and Odie, but James gets the fast pass into the finals, but Odie does have a shot to podium because he is their #1 qualifier. Before we see our next battle, let's throw it down to Trey, who's, again, FD staff. He has some updates on the action.
All right, thanks so much. Yes, I am. I'm here with my boy Trey. Trey, the team is having a little come down right now. Will you please walk us through the clock and the expiration?
Yeah, so the first 10 minutes they spent trying to do both rear corners of the car and a front tie rod. They got one rear corner finished up. This rear corner, they were having some trouble with rounded off bolts and ended up not being able to make it through the 10 or their 5. So looks like Odie's not going to be able to continue on in his night.
Mm-hmm. And for our viewers, would you mind just explaining the breakdown of the clock for them?
Yeah, so due to Odie not being at fault in the collision without complete on the run, he gets 10 minutes, and then everybody gets a 5-minute call one time throughout the night. So.
Yeah, not the outcome that we were hoping for, but the outcome that we got. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cerise. Thank you, Trey. And interesting enough, you know, we're okay. Here we are looking at the clock of Odie Bakshis, and that's where it retired. But we're while Cerise was talking to Trey, Odie will get 3rd place. Yeah. Odie gets 3rd place because he's the highest finishing qualifier. Odie will get 3rd because he's #1 qualifier. So with him being in 4th place, Odie will get 3rd place. Yeah, that should how it be going down.
Should how it be going down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's exactly what I said. When we come back, the calamity continues here at the House of Drift, Irwindale Speedway. Thank you so much for joining us here. We have the other side of the Final Four bracket, talking about Frederick Osbo and Dylan Hughes, our final battle in the Grade 8 when we come back.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the 2 abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California.
K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
In drifting, everything's a mental game.
Boom! Perfect.
If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Turk is back at it. He wants it.
All right, we are back here, Irwindale, as we get our drivers back to the box. Looks like Frederick Osbo is back. Dylan Hughes is back. Both these drivers ready to battle, take things on, keep things rolling. I want to take a quick moment, and I think everybody should. Maybe in a second here, we're going to say happy birthday to the Beer Wolf, to the big man next to me. So on the count of 3, I'd love to get a big happy birthday to Jared. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to you, Jacob. Great job this year. Great working with you, man. You've learned a lot, and you're a fan. You saying I love drifting, that speaks volumes. And again, you've cut your teeth, so you deserve to be up here. So thanks for all you've done this season. And again, thank you to my family, my lovely wife and kids, and thank you to all the fans and the FD family. You guys are absolutely awesome. I would not be here if it wasn't for Ryan Sage and Jim Lamb. So thank you. Here we go. Here's our battle. Who's a final contender in the Final Four? Dylan the Dozer Hughes, that Royal Purple BMW. Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo, and that Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra. Dylan Hughes, great line, good angle, good fluidity from Dylan Hughes. Now remember, these guys had contact. Dylan Hughes went hard in the side of Osbo. Dylan working it out, getting into that outside zone, goes past that inside clip, transition pass, and into that last outside zone. Ooh. Freddie almost got contact there, shuts it down. Now, keep in mind, this is the second half of this battle. Correct. Because Dylan went hard. I'm sure we're going to see a side-by-side.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan looks really, really good through here. Would like to see him slightly deeper through that zone. We're just getting nitpicky, but when you come this far in the competition, that's what we're asking for. But yeah, Dylan, really, really quick. Osbo playing the very patient game, the very grown-up game of not diving in, not doing anything too crazy, still keeping an active chase, keeping a decent line, and it's not the most exciting thing, but that's what you need to do. The only question I got there is, I mean, Osbo is supposed to finish across the line with carrying control of his vehicle. Got a little wily, but is that, does that supersede what happened previously? Right. I don't think so.
No. I mean, Dylan came in like Miley Cyrus, dude, like a wrecking ball. Yeah, that was insane. He knew he needed to, push, but not literally. You got all bucked up, dude. You got all wild. Got too wild. As Frederick Osbo gets the win. Frederick Osbo unanimously gets the win. He is in the Final Four. He'll be going against Connor Shanahan on the other side. So Connor Shanahan, Frederick Osbo, and now again, James the Machine Deane, Odie Bakshis.
Yeah, Osbo Shanahan will be super, super cool.
Gotta be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I wish Shanahan was in the car that he started out with, which was Rome's previous competition vehicle, the E36. But again, using Matt Moomi's car, skinning it. It's good, but this isn't the car that he got the win with in Orlando earlier this year. So, just being familiar with the car, being familiar with the setup.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't drifting just about the underdog story? Like, everything he's gone through, the fact that he's just even in the Final Four is incredible.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I agree. To have him at perfect stature, to be in the car that he's used to and so comfortable with, to see what he could do at that point, there'll always be that what if. So yeah, we're gonna be pushing things through here. Osbo's got to go back to the pits and get some fresh tires put on, as we'll be taking a look over this paddock here, this incredible facility. I mean, it really is iconic. If you've never been here before, it's got a feeling, it's got a vibe. These grandstands, they whisper.
They whisper, they yell, they shout.
They stomp their feet.
Shout at the devil. All right. So James Deane again will be going to the finals, as Odie, his run has expired due to that contact. So, as again, that Toyota grip as Frederick Osbo advances on. He's obviously a Toyota ambassador, an athlete, a driver, a pilot, a champion. Toyota. Take a look at the trailer for Season 2 of Toyota's latest high-octane original anime series called Grip, which combines heart-pounding action, adrenaline-fueled races, and a battle between the human spirit and computer control. Check out toyota.com/grip to watch all episodes now. So here it is. Check out Grip.
The time has come. Let's go! The age of human driving must come to an end.
Not this time.
This is about more than just racing.
Insane, right?
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the two abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California.
K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
In drifting, everything is a mental game.
Boom! Perfect.
If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Turk is back at it. He wants it. Okay, so we've looked at the rule book. Ryan Sage, president, co-founder, up here looking at it. We're talking with the judge, Jacob's looking at it right now, actually, as I speak. And the scenario is actually, even though Odie wasn't at fault, he does not advance from the 8. The final 4 bracket, physically and how it would look, there's a spot empty in that top left-hand corner. Odie Bakshis does not advance onto the 4. He stops at 8. So basically there's 3 drivers in the final 4. Yeah. So what happens now is James Deane obviously doesn't have to do battle against Odie on that side of the bracket. James is in the finals. On the other side, it's Frederick Osmo and Connor Shanahan. The winner of that goes to the finals against James Deane. The loser automatically will get 3rd place because Odie Bakshis, again, he had to retire or expire at the Great 8. So again, your podium in what order? TBD. Obviously, James Deane is guaranteed at minimum 2nd place. He obviously wants to make it a perfect event, but James Deane waits to see who he's going against, Osbo or Shanahan. James Deane takes a bye run right now, so James in the finals, waiting to see who he goes against. The loser of Shanahan and Osbo is 3rd place. James Deane versus the other competitor.
If you really want to nerd out, which, I mean, that's me, download the judging rulebook. It's available on the website, the very bottom of formuladrift.com. Judging rulebook, section 5.2. It's on page 13. It's the 3rd paragraph. Very specific. It does outline all of this. So hopefully that will cause some internet comments, but I don't think so.
No, I think that gives clarity to the situation, and yeah, and that does make sense, you know, and yeah. That's why the rules are there. There's rules, Marty. There's rules. Can you make this a perfect event? James Deane getting the championship, 3 podiums this year. What a ledge, as the kids would say. Hop, skip, jump, AutoZone, Mustang, RTR, Spec 5FD. Yo, that's what that. You know what that is? You know what that is? That's the pure corkscrew. Right there, the pure cork screw.
I like it.
There you go.
There you go, know that.
Yeah. There you go, James. That's your signature. You know, I when NASCAR racers, they have their signature celebrations.
Yeah.
I actually named Joey Logano's. It's the Logano Loop.
Really? Did not know that.
Yeah, fun fact. Your boy called it that. I was like, what do you call it? He's like, I don't know. It's like, it's Logano Loop. He's like, all right.
Have to add that into Wikipedia later.
Yeah, there you go. Joey Logano Loop when he wins the 22. He's still in the hunt, dude, for NASCAR.
Dang.
Boy, Ryan Blaney out there, the Penske team. Let's go. Sorry, we're talking NASCAR.
That's fine. I talk F1 all the time, so we balance each other out.
Yeah, I can talk F1. It's all good. I'm not going to Vegas this year.
No.
Our girl Lorette's out at F1 Coda right now. Stoked for her. It's a good time. Who's your guys in F1?
I don't really have them.
I just hope both teams have fun.
No, I don't know. I like the science of the sport, to be perfectly honest. My wife is a massive Max Verstappen fan. Like, has a Max Verstappen tattoo. Like
her favorite ice cream is vanilla too. I'm joking. Max is talented. I'm poking the bear because it's fun. Obviously, everybody's sad to see Danny Rick go.
That's rough.
Best smile in F1.
Yeah, hopefully he can find something cool to do that's like adjacent, or I mean, you know what, dude, just take a break for a bit.
I mean, he was out and then he got back in.
Yeah.
He was number 3. He was perfect. It was sick. It was great.
Great story.
Yeah, really good story. Yeah, you love it. Dude, Lewis going to Ferrari, that's going to be sick next year.
Wow, next year's
that's going to be dope. Yeah, it's exciting. That's going to be sick. That's going to be awesome. Dude, Russell's stepping up, like shaking it up, dog. Love it. All right, so as we segue off of Formula One, let's take a look at Frederick Osbo making his way to the start line. And hey, shout out to Kirk Miller. Homeboy watching right now. And Eye in the Sky, Sim Magic, Extreme Racing Sim Magic, the official simulators of Formula Drift. And making his way slowly. We got some fans that are riled up out there. Stomp your feet, Irwindale. This ain't over yet, baby. Yeah, we got an earthquake. We got a driftquake.
Fans do get a little rowdy here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right?
They're hardcore, dude. Again, I always say Atlanta's my number 1. Number 2, it depends on the weather, literally.
You know what? Right now, Irwindale's my number 1. Right
Irwindale,
now?
Yeah. I just don't want to. I don't want to get jumped. Here we go. Check it. Take a look. There you are. Hey, let's start a wave real quick. Let's start a wave. Right there. Those closest to right there. Your right-hand side. On 3, let's start a wave. 1, 2, 3, go. Come on now. There we go. Yo, Irwindale. And send it back. There's a rip current. Stand up, sit down, and stand back up. Ready, go. Send it back, send it back, send it back. Boom. Look at that.
Hey, yo, send it back, send it back.
Keep it going, keep it going. Go to VIP. Go to the VIP stands. Keep it going. Coming your way. Those standing room only. Come on now. Coming your way. Oh, yeah. Send it back. Steve Mateus over there, rock star. I know he's over there in the VIP. Send it back that way. Send it back. Little ripple, little tide pool over there, over to the big ocean. That is the major grandstand. We're gonna flash some lights up there.
So we got a party going on, one of the booths.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Look at this. Norway versus Ireland. And then you got another Irish driver, James Deane, waiting. Again, the winner goes against James Deane in the finals. The loser is guaranteed 3rd place. Here we go. Frederick Osbo, Connor Shanahan. Osbo got Shanahan's number earlier before. 1-800 send it. That's right. We're about to send it. Lick the stamp. COD, cash on delivery, cash money. Let's get it going. Frederick Osbo, Norwegian Hammer, dropping it on old Shanahan, the Shadow. Let's see if he lives up to it. He hasn't fully shadow mode just yet. Again, this backup car, Magmumi's vehicle that he's borrowed here. And Freddie will be out front. Here we go, Frederick Osbo in the Supra. Shanahan in that chase position, tip to tail. Freddie crawls, stalls,
cone hit,
and re-racks. Oh,
Cone hit.
Cone hit.
I was watching for it too.
Cone hit. Cat legs. As we are seeing them re-rack and pull back to the line. If you could build a car, which car would it be?
I still want a diesel drift Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Love some diesel drift cars.
Little Gottville action.
I'm hooked, man. Once you start seeing them in the wild, it's
I had no idea you had bro in you. I mean, you do wear a beanie in 90-degree weather, so you are kind of broy.
A little bit. Been known to bro down.
Bro down.
Bro down.
All right, bro down, throw down.
What about you? Limousine, so you can fit me?
No, FCRX7.
Handsome. FC.
I just ignored the statement he said. By the way. Frederick Osbo, Connor Shanahan. Frederick Osbo initiates. Shanahan, the shadow. There he is. There you are, Peter. As Frederick Osbo to the outside zone. Let's see the transition. There we go into the second outside zone. Shanahan, oh, little bumper tap, throws him at a shave. Freddie keeps on, keeping on. Dropping the hammer, dropping the screwdriver, dropping the nails. Frederick Osbo, solid lead run. Shanahan was close, but he hit that wall, and the wall don't forgive. People don't forget.
Yeah, people love this, man. I mean, I'm so here for this. This is great. I mean, the fact that, once again, Shanahan's barely driven this car and he is driving like that it speaks volumes as to his abilities. So let's take a look here. Frederick Osbo out front, right to initiation and right there. As you say, Connor's the shadow Shanahan in the pocket the entire time, mirroring exactly what Osbo is doing as they come through this transition. But, oh, man, like Shanahan's right there. Now we get into the second outside zone. A little bit of a tap, and it pulls the angle out of Shanahan, who gets back on throttle, a couple of clutch kicks, gets back in there, and then continues the run. So that one small mistake from Shanahan, that's it. That's the only mistake that I'm looking at here. But, man, his ability to get in there, and then this transition to the inside clip is just, I mean, chef's kiss. Look at this. Dang. Dives in, gets even closer to that inside clip than Osbo does, pulls back out into the second outside zone, just gets a little bit of a wobble in, able to reinitiate, get the car back to angle. Osbo, I mean, even with that mistake, Osbo's got his work here.
Yes, chef. Sorry, you said chef's kiss.
I know.
Corner. Back.
Watched The Bear too many times. Just a few.
Well, you lived it.
I was going to say I lived it.
Yeah,
for
you
a
lived
while.
it there. Yeah, that's PTSD.
A little bit.
All right, here we go. Connor Shanahan out front. He's the shadow up front. That doesn't work. Actually, like Peter Pan. Again, there you are, Peter. Here we go. Connor Shanahan. That Red Bull Garageistic BMW. Frederick Osbo is, again, chasing him down. Great job by Shanahan. Now coming around that inside clip. Let's see the transition. This is where Shanahan had that mistake. Freddie! Oh, and Shanahan gets a little out of shape once again. He's like a masseuse. And now coming back into that last outside zone. Shanahan pulling away a little bit.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah. Something there.
Side by side.
Definitely something there.
See what Keith Sarlos thinks. He's got a glass of nice wine. Watching up there in Los Olivos, my man. Keith's watching.
Rockstar team looking on to see what is going on. What are they going to be able to move on? I mean, epic run. I wouldn't celebrate too early, boys. So let's get back to our airforce.com replay. Look at Shanahan just absolutely sending it into the wall there, grinding it. I don't know if Sam Magmumi knew what he signed up for and he donated that car. And then Shanahan just on throttle through this transition. We get the left foot brake to hold it through that inside clip. And I thought Osbo right there was going to get into some trouble. Able to back it in. Shanahan, though, cranking that rear quarter panel into the wall. No mechanical sympathy whatsoever. Does not care that this is someone else's car. He's just here to party. Love the style of drifting. That being said, Frederick Osbo, keeping things going. Look at these guys. I mean, friends, competitors at the end of the day. We're talking about one of the most legendary drivers in Frederick Osbo and one of the fastest up-and-coming stars in Connor Shanahan. Just great to see. The whole team pumped. We got
Rob, get out of their pits.
Look at Rob.
Rob's talking smack, dude.
I know he's over there. He's like, I think this is what's going on as we take that BC Racing custom coilover side by side. Let's see here. I mean, just great runs from both of them. Osbo just so dialed. Going back to that robotic way where there seems like there's no corrections. He's able to drive this car with almost no input, nothing changing. And then Shanahan just aggressive, but same spot for Shanahan both times where he came out of angle both times with some contact. Just being aggressive, that's it. Just driving aggressive, driving like a passionate man. I love it.
Yeah, is Rob jumping teams? What's going on here?
He's
dude?
over there to talk some smack. He's
Yeah,
intimidated.
all right. All right, Freddie, now he's going to take off his signature Simpson lid. You know, there are so many great personalities behind the scenes, under the cars, driving the trucks. I mean, obviously, we could have a reality show.
Should have one.
Yeah, we should absolutely. Here we go. Slide him left for Freddie, right for Connor Shanahan, and Frederick Osbo gets the win. Freddie gets the win, and he is going against James Deane. Shanahan gets third place. Shanahan will receive third place. All right, so let's Jeremy Bay watching from New York. Shout out to my boy Jay Bay, Hot Bay in the building. And there it is. So
Where we got? We got Mario.
Mario, Sean. All right, Cerise. What was Rob? Ask them. What was Rob saying to them? What was Rob saying to you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a question from Jared himself. What was Rob saying to you guys?
He's saying, "I'll see you guys on the podium."
Okay.
Literally, see you guys on the podium.
He said more than that.
He said more than that. Yeah.
It's a family show. Can't really say much more.
I was going to say, you guys were all giggles a second ago, and now he turns on his professional voice.
Smelling a certain way, and we'll just leave it at that.
All right, cool. Well, you heard it here first. What was that? Something about his breath smelling?
Yeah, he needs some gum.
Got it. Heard. Awesome. Well, get this man some gum and get back out there.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Again, catching the energy. This is our final round. This is our final battle of our 21st season of the Formula Drift Championship. Was started in, again, 2004, 4 rounds of competition. 3-time champ versus a newly crowned 4-time champ. James Deane, Frederick Osbo. There you can see, again, James Deane, obviously between Odie and Turk, the buck stops there. James Deane, he goes to the finals. Freddie over there, and Shanahan will receive third place here at round 8. So a great effort by Shanahan. Unfortunately, doesn't get that Rookie of the Year title that he so wanted. And, oh man, look at Martin. They're slapping the car, slapping the face, big time. Big time. Look at me, I'm your teacher. All right, I was gonna say more, say less. The Type S title fight, 3-time champ versus 4-time champ. The final battle is here. Brought to you by Type S. Again, this is where it all culminates. Let's put a bow on this thing. Let's light it up. Thank you so much for joining us here at the House of Drift.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
On race day, when we want to show everyone out there who's the best.
Here we go, Frederick Osbo.
We really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osbo.
You like watching things get broken? Like barriers, glass ceilings, and records. Then this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
Is this it?
This is it! Yeah, baby. We lost a little, you fans, but we know traffic gets a little, you know. Don't forget to tip your waitress, but, you know, we love it. And, again, how we doing out there, Irwindale? Make some noise. Thank you so much. And, hey, Cerise is with the Norwegian Hammer. Down to you, Cerise. Let's see this. Let's see this chiseled jaw. Oh, no, we can't see it.
All right, awesome. Freddie, you are going up against the champion himself, James Deane. We said it before, you came in super hot at the end of this season. Give us a little bit of perspective of what's going on in your brain right now as you go into this next round.
Yeah, a lot going on right now. We battled hard. Some hard battles, a little bit of luck handed to us, but super proud of what we did against Brandon in the 16 and had some luck in the last two. And now I think it's time to bring out all the stops. James is obviously on it here, and there's no holding back now.
This event has been absolutely chock full of surprises. We knew that you were going to do well here at the end, but I think that you have surpassed our expectations. Have you surpassed your expectations?
I'm honestly pretty humble with that stuff. My confidence comes from doing well and actually doing well. So as we're going through the rounds, the confidence builds, right? So I try to plan for the worst, hope for the best, and here we are in the finals, and who knows what will happen now.
This has got to be one of the most positive drivers that we have in the series. We are so impressed, and we are proud of you. Go out there, continue to do well.
Thank you very much. Let's do this.
All right, Cerise with the pressing questions.
Yeah. Did you surprise yourself on your talent? And, yeah, good. Man, great question. All right, fist bumps for the old Freddie. What do you got?
I said just real deep questions. I love it.
Yeah,
right in the field.
Like some therapy.
Yeah.
All right, so as we are seeing Freddie head to the line, James the Machine Deane as well. Can James just put another little notch in his belt there, man?
I think he's got more left.
Another medallion.
It's crazy to think that he's probably still got a little bit more rocket sauce left in the tank.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think there's something he's going to do here, some crazy rate to angle. I mean, I don't know. I feel like James Deane is always able to dig in the bag and find a little bit more speed, more angle, more aggression. And it's just going to come down to that. And Osbo has just been on point. He's back to that. I hate using the term robotic. It's so cool to see how he's able to get into his zone and not make any corrections and just holds drift the entire time. This is it.
This is it. Little Michael McDonald there for you. Frederick Osbo, James Deane, our final battle of our 2024 season. They are tied 2-2. Frederick Osbo, James Deane, who's coming out on top? 76% winning average. Look at these battles, and this is just over the last 4 years. But again, you know, this is great. So Freddie, James Deane, Norway versus Ireland, Toyota versus Ford, Supra versus Mustang.
It's a lot on the line right now. There's a lot on the line. This is so much bigger than just the win here. There's bragging rights. There's so much that can go down right now.
All right. Pulling up to the burnout box. All right. And sorry, just a little delay in the action. Hey, let's take a look back at James Deane, how he got here, just overall. Let's take a look back at his season highlights. James Deane, again, it all started
in the rain, and that was unbelievable. Again, what we don't show is the fire. My boy Kevin Darwish was riding with him, and that was crazy how quickly he got out of the car, caught fire, and boom, emotion sets in. Simon Olsen, man, he was part of the conversation as well. There's Simon, Odie, that was the podium there.
Yeah, everything, all of this leads up to this moment as well. I mean, obviously James locking down that championship, but really there's so much bragging rights, as you said, that come into Irwindale. Winning Irwindale is massive. For Frederick Osbo, one of the most dominant drivers we've ever seen in Formula Drift history, now going against the most dominant driver we've ever seen in Formula Drift history. So for Frederick Osbo, there's some pride here. There's some, reclaiming. Does this set the tone for Osbo next year? Does Osbo then push for that 4th championship and tie James Deane back up again? And then we get to that tiebreaker. Like there's a lot of momentum to be gained just by this single battle and what comes out of it.
You know what I was just thinking is, if James Deane is here, he wins championships. Outside of last year, the 3 years of Worthouse, he won. Last year working out the Mustang, and then now this year he's winning championships. It's like all or nothing for him.
Yeah.
And just gets super hyper fixated on driving, setup, what he's doing. It's great to see, man. And like I said, just his humility is just such a factor for me on how he handles himself, how he's personable, just his mom, his dad, his family, just a all-around great young man.
And I mean, it goes for Osbo as well. Very similar in that regard. Very humble. I'm so incredibly excited to get both of them on the podcast here tonight. The podium show is going to be epic with them and Connor. It's, if you haven't tuned into one of the podium podcasts, this is definitely the one.
Yeah, and what's cool about this too is here's Freddie, who finishes 3rd overall in the season.
Yeah.
Odie Bakshi's almost, crazy turn of events there. The contact there. So. It's pretty bonkers. So, again, hey, you want to shine some lights here? Larry Chen says, let's shine some lights here. Type S lights are lit up, so why not pull out your phone once again? Let's light up the night here for our finals. Let's send it! Frederick Osbo, James Deane. Frederick Osbo leads. James Deane giving chase. Here goes Frederick Osbo high on the bank. James Deane tapping the brakes. A little bit of separation there. Let's see if we can reel him in. Yes, sir. There you see him working his way up top, bouncing his way past that transition into that second inside, that inner outside zone. Now look at James Deane. He's tapping some tire, bouncing back and forth. Middle tire 1 and 2. Banging doors, banging fenders. Well done.
Wow.
James Deane just right there on the Supra. Nitto on Nitto crime. Wow, what a way to start our final battle.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Frederick Osbo once again just gets it into the pocket, gets it into the zone, and holds it there. Very minimal corrections. James Deane able to mirror everything perfectly. Now through this transition, both of them hard charging, all throttle, all the way through to our second outside zone. And this is where James Deane really applies the pressure, both physically and mentally, and just he is there. He is rubbing that tire against the door. There are to be 4 or 5 door taps all the way through that. James Deane just showing why he is the greatest drifter of all time. I'm putting it out there. This is why. He's able to adapt. He's able to do anything that the lead driver does as well as they do, if not better, throughout the entire thing. Frederick Osbo, though, looking absolutely perfect out in that lead, and that means James Deane is able to drive like this. Frederick Osbo is going to have his work cut out for him in the chase, but that being said, you know that James Deane is going to throw down an absolute heater in the lead.
No.
Yes.
What?
100%.
You're crazy.
I know.
No way.
So we turn him around and...
Turn around every now and then I get a... All right. What do we got here? James the Machine Deane. Send it for the final time of 2024. Or is it? They go one more time. James pulls away against Frederick Osbo. High on the bank, high on the wall. Freddie backs down. Freddie backs down. James Deane is going to be not only your champ, but your winner. As long as he keeps it sideways across the finish line. James Deane adds another podium to his 2024 season, solidifying that he is the best damn drifter in the world. 4-time champion, 21 championships overall, 4 podiums, 4 wins. Unbelievable. Make some noise for James the Machine Deane.
Just incredible. I mean, I don't know what happened there with Osbo, but what I can say is that James Deane laid down one of the craziest first outside zones that we've ever seen. And maybe that's the cause of it. Maybe he just drug, Frederick Osbo into deep waters, put him into a place in the wall that he's never been before, as we see the love from Frederick Osbo for the fans here in Irwindale.
Class act.
Just absolute class act. I mean, such an incredible ambassador for the sport. This was epic. James Deane, man.
Light him up, baby! James the Machine Deane. Come on, kids. Come on.
I'm
flabbergasted.
I am. I'm flabbergasted. This has been the most incredible season of my life, and just one of the most incredible events I've ever been a part of. And I'm so grateful and so thankful for you, for Sage, for the entire organization, for all the fans here. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in here and apply my enthusiasm and my love for the sport in front of everybody.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Stepping out of the car, some hugs. What went wrong for Freddie, the Rockstar Supra?
I really don't know, but James Deane was on an absolute heater, and you just see Freddie's car break up, shut down something. But man, James Deane, even with that, he didn't get the memo because he laid down one of the craziest leads that we saw all weekend. Look at the angle.
What'd you say? He's got some rocket fuel in the tank?
He does. He does every single time. He's able to. Just when you think he's got a perfect run, he adds more to it. He's the kid who got 110 on the exam.
Sauce boss. He stayed after class, extra credit, still smiling. He's got a lot of Ireland on his shoulders, and he is pure cork, baby. Congratulations to Ireland. Look at this guy. Round of applause. Love it. Love it. Well done. They're doing the Batman thing? Is that what's going on here? Here it is, the Air Force replay. Just looked like he just lost power and shut it down, and that's a salvageable, definitely, just lost power.
Yeah, you can see him fighting with the steering wheel, trying to do something, but
just parked it.
Yeah, car went down.
Ford wins the championship once again. Back-to-back Chelsea Denofa last year. Now James the Machine Deane. 4 events he won out of 8, 50% of the rounds.
Yeah, one of the most dominant seasons in drifting history.
Shanahan, his fellow Irishman, fellow countryman. Shanahan gets 3rd place. He'll be on the box. But what a great podium overall here in round 8, and as well as the overall championship. The hugs all around from other drivers. There's Graham from Heatwave giving him hugs. See Matt Marcoux from RTR. And let's just talk to one man himself. We talked to him. Cerise, down to you. Cerise, James, he's ready to do it again, I feel like.
Yeah, there's definitely has to be something in the water over in Ireland because we have 2 people on the podium. However, Ford is having an absolutely phenomenal time right now. Ford and RTR, you have back-to-back championships. There's so much energy running through your body right now. Explain to the people what this means for you.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable dream having all my family, Becky, everyone back home from Ireland supporting here, lots of friends as well that made the trip over to support this, and it went out way better than what I expected. And for the whole Ford situation, driving a Mustang, I started when I was 14 years old driving a Ford Sierra, and that car cost me €200, and to go from that, let's say, pretty bad car to this absolute monster and achieve more than my wildest dreams is just unbelievable. So thank you to everyone that supports me. It's been a dream. It's been a pleasure driving here tonight, trying our best, and I'm sorry for Frederick in the final. Mechanical issue, but no matter what, we were still, until that happened, having a serious battle. And great battles tonight with Matt Field as well, Jeff Jones, and what a way to finish an amazing year.
Absolutely, and that was a fight to the finish. Frederick, would you please join us? You are a phenomenal driver yourself, 2-time champion. However, James Deane did come through at the end, proving that you are the championship, 3-time champion, apologies. Now, give us some context here of what it means to give the championship to this man as a winner yourself.
I mean, he's arguably the best, right? And not just arguably, he is the freaking best, right? And I remember seeing this guy in Ireland back in the day. He was just as tall, but he was a few years younger. And he was, you could see it in his eyes, right? We came here to the States at the same time, 2008, and we were absolute, you know, fresh off the boat at the time. And over the years, we've learned a lot. He's accomplished a lot. We've accomplished a lot too, but there's still another level, and that is this guy.
Where is Shanahan? We need to get a message from the youth of the population. Now, you are here on podium with absolutely gnarly drivers. I mean, give us an insight into what's going on in your brain right now as you breach this new generation of FD drivers.
Yeah, what an honor it is to be joined with, you know, as Asbo said, arguably the best in the world. But I think tonight the point is proven. I'm sorry, Asbo, but he is the best in the world. He's the guy that we've all looked up to. You know, he showed us that the dream was possible, and to witness literally driving in the same championship and show that he's the first ever to win 4 is absolutely insane. I said it at the start of this year that you're going to see the scariest version of James Deane than you've seen in a long time. So congrats, buddy. I'm proud. I know the work that you put in. You live, breathe this sport, and you're an inspiration to every single driver who gets behind the wheel. But I'm pumped. P3 in a car, what rocked up last night, well, not even branded. I don't even know anything about this car. I couldn't even tell you what engine's in it. So I'm happy. I drove the wheels off the thing, fell into lag against Asbo on the transition going into the wall, and was so annoyed because I was like, it would be a magical story if it was another final with me and James. But I drove my heart and soul out this year, honestly. I've been struggling. The cars have, you know, been super difficult for me to drive, but I'm happy. And to wrap it up at the podium, I'll be back next year to make sure hopefully James doesn't win a 5th one.
Guys, the character and sportsmanship on this track is incredible. Please give it up one more time for your 2024 FD podium.
Thank you so much, Cerise. Great job, again, working with you, Cerise Taylor. And there's the podium. 2 Irishmen and a Norwegian walk into a bar, and it's going to get wild. Yeah. Tonight and tomorrow, the banquet. When we come back, we are going to sign off and have a great time. If you're here in the building, come join us at the podium. What an amazing event. What a nightcap on an amazing season. Join us at the podium. And again, congratulations to James Deane. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4-time champion. Congratulations.
More.
Is this it?
This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen in any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio. If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all we need. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have thanks to the Link ECU.
So as the crowd streams out, there is love in the air. James the Machine Deane, his lady Becky by his side. They've been dating for a few years, and again, 4-time champ, winner of round 8, 4 wins this season. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Speechless. The best drifter in the world.
Yeah.
The best drifter in the world. 21 championships amongst many different sanctioning bodies. And he's just got nothing but just a big personality. He's a tall gentleman, and just overall just a gentleman at that.
Yeah,
Jacob, your thoughts on everything.
It begs the question, what's next for James Deane? Where do you go from here? Do you just keep dominating? Do you just invent your own sport to try and win at that too? I have no idea. I'm going to ask him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and again, thank you for everything you've done this season. AutoZone podcast, the podcast on the podium, great insight, good times this year. Thank you so much for joining me up here. Of course, Matt Sopa for doing ProSpec. This particular round, thank you to Cerise Taylor. Great job by her. Thank you, of course, to the lovely Lorette Nickel. And guess what? We'll see you in Long Beach. 2025. There is the season. Long Beach, California. Atlanta, Orlando, E-Town, watch, rinse, repeat, but stay tuned. You always stay tuned. You know, Southern California, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to put a little carrot out there a little bit, but stay tuned. SEMA show, you know, we kind of announced it before. SEMA show, we traditionally have announced it there over the last couple of years. We've been announcing it beforehand, but stay tuned. We got so many exciting things going on. Love the drifting family, not just Formula Drift, but drifting overall is such a beautiful motorsport. There's degrees of it, from just a fan base to Pro-Am, Pro-Spec, Pro. There's a space for everybody. It's not inclusive, it's not exclusive, or it's inclusive, not exclusive, thank you. But just overall, what a great season, man. Jacob, I'll see you tomorrow night at the banquet, or see you tomorrow morning at my house.
Yeah.
But thanks, man.
Thank you. And thanks to all the fans and everybody in FD and production and all the people you don't get to see or hear about or meet. Thank you so much for letting us, be in your living rooms with you.
Yep. Thank you to Vernon. Thank you to Brian Eggert. Thank you to Robin Sheeta and Reese Peanut Butter Cup Marin. Thank you so much. Thank you to Ryan Sage, Jim Lau, all the staff, all the hardworking crew, on track, off track. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our families. And thank you to the fans. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. We'll see you in Long Beach, where we are going to send it once again. Good night.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the good fight. Damn right. You know I play right. Put up a good fight. You know. Never go slow on the rock like a rhino. Up on the cover. We gotta live pronto. Your friends like Colombo. You be the judge like Rondo.